Are you ready?
Welcome to the season finale of Adams Cable High School football as the Lakeland Chiefs and the Western Wayne Wildcats take center stage in a Lackawanna Football Conference Division II showdown. Sponsored by Adams Cable Service, Tom's Floor Shop, Main Street Childs, Beston's Body Shop and Collision Center, Fire Napa Auto Parts Store, Tonkin Auto Supply, Lieber and Bonham Electrical Contractors, Clark Summit, White's Crossing Sports Shop, Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated with locations at 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street. Nick's Excavating and Paving. Big Lamini Drugstore, Carbondale, locally owned and trusted since 1929. NJS Systems and Controls, Route 6 Mayfield. By your one-stop lumber and hardware center, the Waymart Building Center. Main Street Sunoco. The starting lineups for today's game are presented by Roselle Department Store, Carbondale. It's time for the big plays and hard-hitting action of high school football between Lakeland and Western Wayne. With the pregame show and the call of today's game, here's Nick Homick, Dave Serra, and Steve Young.
Thank you, DC Day, and welcome to the season finale of Adams Cable Channel 7 High School Football. With Dave Serra and Nick Homick, I'm Steve Young. It's a beautiful night for football as Lakeland and Western Wayne will go head-to-head here in week number 10. Dave, last year, the Western Wayne Wildcats knocked off the Lakeland Chiefs to keep them from making the playoffs for the first time in 14 years. And here tonight, Lakeland needs a win to get into the District 2 playoffs. It's a big game.
Well, obviously it is, Steve. You know, urgency and redemption are two favorite words in football. Lakeland is, they want to get out of here with a win tonight. They know it's not going to be easy. They're going to have to run the ball, do what they do best. But this game matters a whole lot. With good weather, won't be a factor. A little bit of wind, it's going to be a great game.
Well, Lakeland likes to run the football. Western Wayne will run the football, but they like to pass, and we have a great matchup for you here in Week 10. It's Lakeland and Western Wayne. All of the action coming up after this timeout here on Adams Cable High School Football.
Dremel. Hey, Dremel?
No, I'm David.
Can't find what you're looking for? Adams Cable Service has the perfect tool to find what you want, when you want. Just use your remote to access on demand. The on-screen menus make it easy to find thousands of favorite hit movies and shows you can play instantly. Adams Cable Service. It's all about you.
Improve the appearance of your property with the help of Nick's Excavating and Paving of Carbondale. Nick's Excavating and Paving provides the highest quality service in residential and commercial excavating, paving and seal coating, demolition, land clearing, foundations, driveways, sidewalks, and utility lines. Nick's Excavating and Paving also delivers sand, stone, topsoil, and mulch. For prompt professional service, call Nick's Excavating and Paving Carbondale.
Enjoy the feel of deep, rich luxury. Get the drama of radiant color and experience the timeless beauty, comfort, and durability of carpeting from Tom's Floor Shop in Childs. Tom's Floor Shop offers a large selection of hardwood, laminate, vinyl, ceramic tile, and carpeting on display in their showroom. Rely on Tom's Floor Shop for expert installation. All roads lead to where great floors begin at Tom's Floor Shop. Exit 6 off the Casey Highway in Childs.
Here with Western Wayne head coach Donnie McDonough. Coach, big game tonight. You're mathematically alive for a playoff spot. You got Lakeland last year. They need a win tonight to get into the playoffs. What do you got to do to take them out for the second straight year?
We got to stop the running game. We know they don't pass much. I think our defense has come a long way since the beginning of the season. So I think if we can put together a good defensive night and stop their run, make them pass, put them in third and longs where they're going to have to be forced to pass, I think that'll be the chemistry for success for us tonight.
I think one of your guys that's been with you from day one, Brandon Toot, I think he's got to play a big game tonight, double digits in tackles to win this game. You're counting on him senior night. I believe it's his last game.
Yep.
He's huge tonight for you. What has he meant to your program and how do you feel he's going to play tonight in his final high school game?
He's a big part. Actually, Brandon's about 5 tackles, I believe, away from breaking the school record for career in tackles. So a lot of our guys tonight have a lot of school records that they're only 1 or 2 tackles or tackles for loss. So we told them, worry about winning the football game, worry about, the team and getting the job done, and hopefully those records will come. But I think that'll be a little bit extra oomph for them tonight to go the extra mile, and hopefully that'll be the difference.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
When your car does this, call us first.
Every job is perfect or it doesn't leave the shop. That's the motto at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. In an accident, remember, it is your car and your choice to choose your repair center. Call Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale, well known for integrity, safety, and craftsmanship. For more information concerning your rights and the 10 things you need to know before having your car repaired, go to their website, bestonsautobody.com. Good luck to all area teams from Tony, Mike, Jeff, and the staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, Gordon Avenue, Carbondale. Here's great news from Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale that can save you money and make shopping for your prescriptions more convenient. Figlamini now has an $8.95 generic drug plan and free local delivery. Figlamini offers diabetic shoes, lift chairs, and home health supplies. That's what sets Figlamini apart from the chains. Locally owned and trusted since 1929. Stop in and see the difference for yourself at Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, where you're not just a number, you're family. The Gabriel family and the staff at Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated of Carbondale send best wishes to our local athletes and teams for a successful season. In your time of need, call 282-1219 for the ultimate in professional service from Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street, Carbondale.
Here with Lakeland head coach Jeff Wasilchak. Jeff, they got you last year, so you got a lot on the line tonight. What do you need to do to get back in the playoffs?
We need to score more points than them. But no, we have to control their passing game, not allow them to run the ball, and we have to control the line of scrimmage.
Now this year, got good weather tonight, allows you to do a lot of things. You like the turf for your type of offense, or you prefer the grass?
It doesn't matter. Both teams play on the same surface.
Over there, you look to see, to stop your running game, they may load the box. Mm-hmm. So you've had that happen before. Yeah. Your guys know how to do it. Your linemen hold their blocks, come out of here with a win maybe.
Well, hopefully that's what happens. I mean, we've been seeing the loaded box, all year. Everybody knows that we're a running team. They're going to put 10, 11 in the box. And we just have to execute our game plan and do what we have to do.
Big win last week. Got you to this position.
Huge.
What did that mean last week, winning that game?
That was huge for us. It was growth for our program. It was our kids believing in themselves. It was getting the monkey off our back that we couldn't win the close one.
Well, you did, and good luck tonight, Coach.
The White's Crossing Sports Shop, Canaan Street in Carbondale, is the leading authority for the outdoors in northeastern Pennsylvania. They carry a full line of archery accessories, hunting and reloading supplies, live bait, and a variety of fishing tackle. The White's Crossing Sports Shop is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. Call 282-4699 or log on to their website at whitescrossing.com. Finding that unique seasonal outdoor item has never been easier with help from Tom and the staff at the White's Crossing Sports Shop. Looking for great prices and special offers on top quality parts and accessories? You'll find them at Napa Auto Parts. Visit Tonkin Auto Supply in Carbondale for great savings while supplies last. Only at Napa. Stop in and see Glenn, Garth, and the staff at Tonkin Auto Supply in Carbondale, your know-how folks.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how. Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
You're ready for the big game, but how about your car? As you travel through downtown Carbondale, look for the classic yellow, blue, and red Sunoco sign. Drive in and fill up with the fuel of choice from Main Street Sunoco and get the finest performance from your car. At Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale, prompt, courteous service is always assured. Congratulations to our local athletes and coaches for their hard work and dedication from the staff and management of Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale.
And now it's time for your starting lineups for today's game, presented by Roselle Department Store in Carbondale, where the smart new collection of fall and winter apparel is on display. Going to a formal affair or special occasion? Let the experience of Sam Kalura at Roselle Department Store work for you with a perfectly tailored tuxedo by Sarno & Son. Roselle is school uniform headquarters for Lakeland, Carbondale area, LaSalle Academy, Holy Cross, Forest City, and Valley View, and they offer prompt, reliable laundry and dry cleaning services. You can depend on Roselle Department Store for unsurpassed quality, style, and value. Sam and the staff at Roselle are proud to present your starting lineups for today's game between the Wildcats and the Lakeland Chiefs. And now, here at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex, our national anthem. Our national anthem by the Western Wayne Band, and it's time for your starting offense, brought to you today by Roselle Department Store for the Western Wayne Wildcats. At tight end, it's Brandon Tooth, the senior. At split end, Cameron Gilgallen. At left tackle, it's Bailey Williams, the junior. Jahi Sterling is at right tackle, Jim Stein at left guard, Mason Havenstreit is at right guard, Jake Nagel lines up at center, Scott Walk, who leads Division II in passing with 12 touchdowns, is at quarterback for the Western Wayne offense. Benjamin Burkhart lines up at fullback, he's a sophomore, and Joe Tomasetti will get the start at tailback, a senior at 5'7" and 175 pounds. He is fifth in Division II in rushing. He will be joined at tailback by Kobe Salter, a freshman who has 412 yards on 100 attempts and a touchdown. And your starting defense for the Lakeland Chiefs, Josh Wayman at left end, Kevin Johnson at right end, Corey Bednash at left tackle, Antonio Sermonero at right tackle, Cy Babkinick is the left outside linebacker, Rob Bomba at outside linebacker, Joe Pigeon at the inside linebacker along with Eric Furco, Taryn Harding at left corner, Garth Eastad at right corner, and Luke Pettinato at free safety. And here is Colin Cooper to kick it off for the Lakeland Chiefs. And week number 10 is underway at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex. This high end-over-end kick will be caught at the 5-yard line and returned by the Western Wayne Wildcats, and a pretty good return out near the 29-yard line. And the Western Wayne Wildcats will have the football to start the game. That was Kenny French on the return for Western Wayne. And the Wildcats, dressed in their all-black uniforms with gold numerals, will bring their offensive unit onto the football field with a first down and 10.
Well, Steven, with good field position off the kickoff, you're not as worried about opening it up a little bit. You don't want to be pinned down trying to throw. So he's coming out with the two receivers on the right. I formation, Steve.
It is first down and 10 for the Western Wayne Wildcats. And Scott Walk will hand it off to the tailback, and that is Tomasetti knifing his way to the 34-yard line. 35, they'll mark it for about a 6-yard gain on the play. And you know, you take a look at this offensive line of Western Wayne, they've got some size. Williams at left tackle, 240. Stein at 235. Nagel at center is 250. Havenstreit at right guard is 230. And Sterling at the right tackle is 290 pounds, so they have a lot of muscle along the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5 from the 35-yard line for the Cats. Burkhart will dot the I formation. Walk, little pass to the near side. It's complete to Kenny French, the senior, and he will be short of the first down.
Good coverage, Steve. That's the key right there. The little hitch pattern, the little out, get them 3rd and 1.
Those plays will be there all day too, because Lakeland's corner is playing about 7-8 yards off the ball. You know, they just don't want to give up a deep ball.
Right.
That's why they play off that far. And those little quick hitters will be there all night.
And the Wildcats will have the wind at their back as they come to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down and a yard to go from their own 39. Walk will hand it off. Looked like Tomasetti got the call, but he was belted on the play. Kevin Johnson came up from his defensive end position to lead the pursuit for the Chiefs.
He got through the gap, Steve, and that was the key. It looks like, again, a 4th and 1. Early on in the game, you have a big decision to make. Oh, they gave him the first down.
Kevin Johnson's really been playing some good defense the past couple of weeks here for Lakeland.
Well, his forward progress just gave him enough for the first down, and that will sustain the drive for the Wildcats as we are scoreless with just about 2 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Scott Walk will send French in motion, and it's Walk. On a late handoff, Tomasetti along the line of scrimmage and up across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Joe Tomasetti is 5th in Division II in rushing coming into this ball game with 111 attempts, 643 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And he has 11 receptions this year for 112 yards. So he is the go-to guy out of the backfield. 9.5 minutes to play in the first. 2nd down and 4 from the Wildcat 46. Scott Walk rolling out, looking downfield, and what a catch by Brandon Toot for a first down deep in Lakeland territory.
Yeah, just perfectly thrown ball. Great coverage by the defense, but Toot just made a great catch and good conversion for Western Wayne.
Big touchdown last week he caught, Steve, and again, he's his go-to guy. Tight end, been here a long time. Big first down for Western Wayne.
That's his 21st reception on the season, and he has about 450 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns this year. So it's a new set of downs for the Wildcats from the Lakeland 30, 1st and 10. Scott Walk off the play fake, going for it all. French has it and dropped it. He had it in his hands and could not hang on to it. Estat with the coverage.
Estat got right in his face. Good coverage. He looked back, found the ball. Excellent throw. Really good play. Both guys fighting for the ball. And you can see, Steve, he's not afraid to go, he's not afraid to throw deep. His receiver had a step. Easily could have been a touchdown.
Well, Nick, with the wind at their back, they're going to try to throw the football as much as they can.
Well, when we were coming off for pregame warm-ups, they were throwing into the wind, and he didn't have any problem with that either. So
yeah, he's
going to throw it all over the field if he can.
Yeah, he has a gun. 2nd down and 10. Western Wayne from the Lakeland 30. Walk on an inside handoff as he works out of the shotgun, and the running play is shut down by the Lakeland Chiefs as Tomasetti took the handoff.
Corey Bednash not fooled with the 3 receivers out to the left, inside handoff. Corey Bednash read the play. Nice play, no gain.
Corey Bednash is a big lineman for Lakeland, 6'1", 260 pounds, and a senior. 3rd down for the Wildcats with the football resting at the Lakeland 29-yard line. Gilgallen is a wide out on the far side as Scott Walk will operate out of the shotgun.
He's got single coverage to the top of the screen.
Walk back to throw, in trouble and sacked on the play. Corey Bednash once again with a big defensive effort.
And of course, like you said, the passing game has, it's downside too. If your quarterback doesn't have time and he doesn't, this is the result, a 10-yard loss.
As we near 8 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, it is scoreless if you're just tuning in. Lakeland and Western Wayne here in Week 10 at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden 4th down and 17 yards to go for the Wildcats from the Lakeland 38-yard line.
A 4-receiver set, Steve.
And French in motion. Walk with the rush on, dumps it off to Tomasetti. Tomasetti with a lot of running room, plows forward to the 21-yard line.
This is going to come back.
Yep.
Right in front of the Western Wayne bench, too. They got him.
He was going to be near the first down. I don't think he was going to have it. No flag, Nick.
The flag's down here on the 35.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
See, Nick has that good vantage point.
He's a little higher, Steve.
He's a little bit higher, and he's looking over the shoulder of one of the coaches.
It actually just came in right as the play was developing.
So that was decline anyway. So Lakeland takes over, and again, when you got 3 guys, 1,700 yards, several, 2 of them averaging 8 yards a carry, you're going to see a clinic now in run blocking, and they do it as good as anybody in the area for years.
Last week what we saw was that bread and butter, that gut trap that they like to run with the fullback. That paid dividends for them with Furco last week.
And all the backs are back next year too, Steve.
Yeah, they have a great backfield. Babcock, a sophomore. Lowry, a junior. Furco is a junior. Harding out of the flanker spot along with Bilotis. They're juniors. From the 23-yard line, 1st down, Lakeland, and it is Lowry taking the handoff and is run out of bounds near the 29-yard line. So no surprise there. Lakeland will run the football. They're going to grind it right out. And a pretty good gain on the play as they advance the football to the 30-yard line. That will result in 2nd down for Lakeland.
So in the down and distance, you have 2nd and short. That's ideally what you want, if you're calling plays on the Lakeland sideline.
Dylan Reeves leads Lakeland to the line of scrimmage as Cody Roop will run the offense. Quick hitter to Furco, nothing there as 3 or 4 Wildcats converge on the tackle. Jake Nagel in on the stop for the Western Wayne Wildcats. And now it's 3rd down and 4 after a loss of 1.
Good D, middle of the field. They weren't fooled. Everybody maintained gap. Big stop. Now you got 3rd and 4. Changes it a little bit, Steve. Do you go wide, perimeter, or straight ahead?
Lakeland does not want to be in any type of 3rd and longs.
See everybody up.
On the pitch, here comes Lowry around the right side, and Lowry lowers the shoulder and has the 1st down near the 37-yard line. Mike Lowry coming into this ball game with 571 yards and 7 touchdowns. He has scored 42 points. And guys, when you take a look at Furco, Lowry, and Babcock, they have scored more than half of Lakeland's 281 points this season.
And Steve, when you see him in space, Mike Lowry, cut that nice back up to the middle. These backs get in space. They're tough to bring down.
It is scoreless between Lakeland and Western Wayne as Lowry takes the handoff and gains about 9 on the play.
The difference with Lowry for the first part of this season, even from when we saw him last year, how he's matured, is, he knows how to take a hit. He knows when to lower the shoulder. He also knows on that first play you saw, he knows when to get out of bounds and save taking contact.
And that all comes from experience.
It's a total experience thing. And, he had a couple of bouts with the injury bug earlier, early in the year and at the end of last year as well. So, you know when to save your body and you know when to fight your battles.
And he's not small at 6'2", 182.
No,
he's
all
not
the
small.
running backs are good size.
2nd down and 2, Lakeland from its own 46, and they will go to a handoff, and it's the tailback, Mike Lowry. 1st down, Lakeland at midfield. Man, it sounds like you're in a hurricane up there, Nick.
It's relentless.
It's like Chapman Lake.
It is.
Yeah,
it's actually worse. There's nothing to break the wind across the field.
Really, if you closed your eyes here in the booth, you might think you're at Lakeland tonight.
A lot warmer, though.
Yes, definitely. Nearing 5.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter in a scoreless ball game at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex. Great to have you on board tonight, whether you're listening into our radio broadcast.
He's close on the game clock, Steve. Lakeland had to call timeout. A little late getting out of the huddle, having to burn a timeout.
And we have a break in the action with 5:23 to play in the first. We are scoreless here in Varden on Adams Cable High School Football.
When you need electrical service, put your project in the capable hands of Lieber and Bonham Electrical Contractors of Clark Summit. Lieber and Bonham Electrical Contractors have the technology to make your facility energy efficient. They also specialize in automation and control, design, maintenance, installation, troubleshooting, and repair of commercial and industrial electrical systems. Lieber and Bonham Electrical Contractors provide reliable 24-hour emergency service. For dependable electrical service, rely on the professionals at Lieber and Bonham Electrical Contractors, Carbondale Road, Clark Summit.
Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
After the Lakeland timeout, it is first down and 10, the Chiefs from the Wildcat 49-yard line. And Luke Pettinato goes in motion. Roop off the play fake, and he will go on a quarterback keeper. He's got the first down and a lot of real estate in front of him, and he's dropped at the 20-yard line of Western Wayne.
Great call. We used to see that a lot with Jake Kelchner and Berwick in the old days, Steve, when you were calling games. When your quarterback can do that and make positive plays for you, that's another defender that you got to watch. So, yeah, great call by Jeff Wasilchek there.
Lot of running room, Nick, for Cody Roop.
Well, it's the one guy you're not accounting for. You're worried about the tailback, so you're worried about the fullback. You forgot about the quarterback, and he's doing it with his legs.
As Lakeland will go to work on the first down play. It is Roop handing off to Lowry, and Lowry with a lot of running room, breaking tackles, dishing out punishment, and he goes in for a 25-yard touchdown.
That was straight downhill running. That's what you call that.
A great individual effort. And Lakeland has a 6-0 lead over Western Wayne.
Again, tackling, you can't, if you're Western Wayne, you're not happy with the way your guys played that tackling wise, and that's what you don't want. You didn't want to give up a score early to this Lakeland offense, which is going to gain more and more confidence running downhill.
And it's Colin Cooper on for the extra point for Lakeland out of the hold of Nico Perano, and the kick is blocked by the Western Wayne Wildcats. And with 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the first, Lakeland has a 6-0 lead over Western Wayne on Adams Cable High School football.
The White's Crossing Sports Shop, Canaan Street in Carbondale, is the leading authority for the outdoors in northeastern Pennsylvania. They carry a full line of archery accessories, hunting and reloading supplies, live bait, and a variety of fishing tackle. The White's Crossing Sports Shop is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. Call 282-4699 or log on to their website at whitescrossing.com. Finding that unique seasonal outdoor item has never been easier with help from Tom and the staff at the White's Crossing Sports Shop. The Gabriel family and the staff at Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated of Carbondale send best wishes to our local athletes and teams for a successful season. In your time of need, call 282-1219 for the ultimate in professional service from Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street, Carbondale.
Back at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex here in Varden. Lakeland has a 6-0 lead over Western Wayne. Cooper with the kickoff for the Chiefs. This high end-over-end kick is caught by the Western Wayne Wildcats, and whoa, on the return, they get it back to about the 25-yard line, but some good special team play by the Lakeland Chiefs, and that was Kenny French really taking a hit on the return.
Like Cy Babkinik with the hit there. He hasn't carried it yet, but you can see active. They're so, everybody stayed in their lanes on that. Nice hit, 24-yard line. Again, decent field position for Western Wayne to be able to, run anything they want. The key here is for Western Wayne. He got a little bit of running from Joe Tomasetti in that first drive. Western Wayne can run the ball with a little bit of success. That'll open up the passing, Steve.
Well, Kenny French is being attended to right now at the 25-yard line. So we are going to go to a quick break and come right back with more Adams Cable High School football.
Improve the appearance of your property with the help of Nick's Excavating and Paving of Carbondale. Nick's Excavating and Paving provides the highest quality service in residential and commercial excavating, paving and seal coating, demolition, land clearing, foundations, driveways, sidewalks, and utility lines. Nick's Excavating and Paving also delivers sand, stone, topsoil, and mulch. For prompt professional service, call Nick's Excavating and Paving, Carbondale.
We are back with high school football at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden. 4 minutes and 42 seconds remain in this first quarter, and Lakeland has a 6-0 lead over the Wildcats. Western Wayne now will bring its offensive unit onto the field and face first down and 10 from its own 26-yard line as Scott Walk will operate out of the gun. And Walk with the rush on, and he is sacked. Oh, he's sacked on the play. Johnson will finish it off. But boy, Joe Pigeon came out of nowhere and put the heat on Scott Walk for a big sack.
Well, guys, we were talking, do you think they're going to blitz much? Well, that was a blitz.
That was
no question about it.
That was a textbook blitz.
See, with the 4 receivers out, you only have the back to help, so you're at a little bit of a numbers game on the offensive line. And again, that's the risk. That's the riskiness a little bit, with a 4 receiver set. Your quarterback, needs some time to make the throw. 3-step drop, 5-7. He didn't have time to do anything on that play. Great play by Pigeon.
And Western Wayne now looking down the barrel of 2nd down and 20 yards to go from their own 15-yard line. As the junior quarterback who leads Division II in passing will hand it off. It's Tomasetti trying to go around the left side, and Lakeland strings it out. And not much there for Joe Tomasetti, the 5'7", 175-pound senior. So this Lakeland defense, guys, has been playing well after that loss to after back-to-back losses by Old Forge and Valley View. Lakeland is 5-1, and they've been playing well defensively.
And that's what you want to see as a coach. You want to see your defense improve as the season got on, and it has done just that for the Chiefs.
3rd down and 17 for the Western Wayne Wildcats. As Scott Walk will send a man in motion, and Walk will roll out to buy some time. The rush is on. He fires downfield. Toot cannot hang on to it. Had it in his hands, but just could not hang on to it. And that will result in 4th down, and the punting team will come on for the Wildcats.
It was the play they hit earlier there, unsuccessful. So now you got to punt deep in your own territory. So, you want to see, we were watching Josh Stevens warm up. He was hitting 30, 40-yard, 35-yard field goals in warm up. So, he's the punter. He's got to get them out of trouble here. He's got to get that punt to the 50 midfield, give his team a chance to cover it, and not give Lakeland the ball at their own, at the Western Wayne 40 or 35.
Josh Stevens is in punt formation inside his own 5-yard line. And Eastat is back there for the Lakeland Chiefs along with Taryn Harding. Bit of a high snap. Stevens will get it away. Eastat will watch it bounce at the 48. It gets a Lakeland roll back into Wildcat territory. And from midfield, Lakeland will go to work 1st down and 10.
And that's okay, Steve. He got them out of trouble midfield. Not much more you could ask for Josh Stevens to do on that one to get his team out of trouble.
So, Nick, a real hard-hitting football game so far and a quick-moving game between the Wildcats and the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's been a well-played ball game. I mean, pretty mistake-free, penalty-free so far. Now that I say that, of course, the Hankies will come out a lot. But
Bilotis comes in motion to the near side. Quick hitter up the middle. Furco with a lot of green in front of him. And there goes Furco for a 50-yard touchdown.
Little fullback, that's... As I said earlier, once you get through the line of scrimmage, it's, they're gone. And Furco got moving. He got, like Nick will say, downhill. Touchdown.
Well, for Lakeland, that offensive line has paid dividends. Eddie Cavalier, Josh Wayman, Dylan Reeves, Cody Bednash, Antonio Sermonero across that front line. They really have been working hard and doing a great job opening up lanes for the running backs. And that time, it resulted in a 50-yard touchdown. And now Lakeland will go for 2. As Gross wants to pass, and he will find Eastat easily for the 2-point conversion. And with 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, Lakeland has a 14-0 lead over Western Wayne on Adams Cable High School football.
Here's great news from Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale that can save you money and make shopping for your prescriptions more convenient. Figlamini now has an $8.95 generic drug plan and free local delivery. Figlamini offers diabetic shoes, lift chairs, and home health supplies. That's what sets Figlamini apart from the chains. Locally owned and trusted since 1929. Stop in and see the difference for yourself at Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, where you're not just a number, you're family.
Back at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden with Dave Serra and Nick Homick. Steve Young with you for week number 10 of high school football. Thus far, it's been all Lakeland, leading Western Wayne 14-0. Cooper for the Lakeland Chiefs will tee it up and kick off to the Western Wayne Wildcats.
And Steve, if you're Western Wayne, you need to drive a couple first downs. You don't have to score, but you want to take some time off the clock and not give the ball right back.
This time Cooper goes with a line drive kick that will roll into the end zone for a touchback. The football will come out to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will go to work with the offense, first down and 10. And Nick, do you think that Lakeland is very sharp tonight? They're hitting on all cylinders.
I think so. They're playing excellent defense, and really the offense is 2 drives and two scores. So.
With your back against the wall, Steve, sometimes you have a different outlook on the game. Your guys are a little more, keyed up. Not that, So this one here, they came to play and they got out early, which is what they wanted to do. Make them pass now. Now they know they have to throw.
First down and 10 for the Wildcats as Scott Walk will work out of the gun, and Walk will elect to keep. He'll go up the gut, and he runs right into Corey Bednash, who makes the tackle near the 22-yard line. A lot of other games going on around the area tonight in high school football. Wallenpaupack plays at Delaware Valley, Scranton Prep at West Scranton, North Pocono at Valley View, Homesdale at Montrose, Riverside and Dunmore. That's a big one. The Chargers of Carbondale area on the road at Mid-Valley and Susquehanna at Old Forge. 2 games tomorrow. They both begin at 2. Scranton at Abington Heights and Lackawanna Trail plays at Holy Cross. We'll give Nick Homick an opportunity to fire up the new technology. We'll get some scores for you as the pass goes to Toot, and Toot hammers across the 30 to the 32-yard line for a Wildcat first down.
Good call. Little inside screen there. Patient, waited for his blocks. That's a big first down for Western Wayne to keep the ball and get some momentum back, Steve.
Yeah, they definitely needed that, Dave. Get something going offensively here against this Lakeland defense that is allowing only 15 points a ball game and 269 total yards. That is 4th in Division II.
But they gave up, I think, 173 yards last week against Riverside, so Western Wayne's going to try to work on and exploit that.
And now Scott Walk fakes the hands off, and he will keep the football and falls forward for a first down at the Wildcat 45-yard line.
Again, quarterback's the X
call.
factor, right, Nick? The quarterback is the X factor, not accounted for. And again, he's going to have to carry it a little bit tonight to keep the defense honest.
Yeah, they did just that. I mean, they read the defense, tried to read the fake, thought that the running back had the ball, and Walk pulled it back out at the last minute. At that point, he broke containment, and that's why he, gained the yards he did. If you guys want some updates here, we got Dunmore making quick work already at Riverside up 7-0. 2 plays and 72 yards that culminated in a Pat Reese touchdown. Delaware Valley up 14-0 on Wallenpaupack.
As Scott Walk will go underneath the coverage, French has the football and a first down for the Wildcats.
North Pocono, 32-yard field goal by J.P. Walsh has them up on Valley View 3-0. And Scranton Prep, a 14-0 lead on West Scranton.
Wow. Well, thanks for those updates, Nick. We'll come back to you in quarter number 2 for more high school football updates from around the area. And with 45 seconds to play in the first half and Lakeland leading Western Wayne, the Wildcats are on the move. They've got something going now, 1st and 10 from the Lakeland 40-yard line. Walk will hand it off. Tomasetti with a big hole, and Tomasetti was stopped after there was a big hole open there, but Tomasetti made a cut. The gap closed up quickly, and he's caught near the 33-yard line. Let's check that, the 37-yard line. Looked as though that was going to be a big play, Dave, but the defense got there quickly to shut him down.
Yeah, they closed it down. Could have been a real big gainer, probably the last play of the quarter.
Final 9 seconds will tick away here at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden, with Lakeland leading Western Wayne 14-0 on Adams Cable High School Football.
What does it mean to be an expert? Does it mean getting the job done right? Or being able to pinpoint a problem and quickly find a solution? Whatever the meaning, the team in NJS are your experts in hydraulic and pneumatic components. So whether you need a custom hose built on the spot or a cylinder repaired from the ground up, the experts at NJS are there when you need them. And with the area's largest hose and fittings warehouse, NJS has thousands of the parts you need in stock and ready to go. NJS, Route 6 Mayfield, online at njsco.com. NJS is proud to call this area home and proud to sponsor our area athletes on Adams Cable Channel 7.
Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
One quarter is in the books here in Varden, with Lakeland leading Western Wayne by the score of 14-0. Thus far, offensively, it's been all Western Wayne, but the Wildcats have come to life, Dave, in the late stages of quarter number 1. They put together some consecutive first downs, and they've got something going.
They had to, Steve. You didn't want to give the ball 3 and out, and now they got a little momentum. They've got to, again, obviously they want to score here and get it tighter, but they were down, last week 12-0 to Honesdale, so they've been in this position before. They're not panicking, and they're running their plays. They're running their playbook, mixing in the quarterback keepers, Tomasetti, and of course the passing attack, which is as good as anybody's, leading the area in his division.
2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats from the Lakeland 37-yard line. Walk will take the football, rolls out, fires for French, incomplete. Coverage on the play provided by Mike Lowry of Lakeland. Don McDonough in his 3rd year as head coach here at Western Wayne, with an overall mark of 13 wins and 17 losses. He's done a good job getting the players to buy into his philosophy, Dave, and last year got them to the Eastern Conference playoffs, and a lot more excitement here in Varden each and every home game for Western Wayne football.
Stands are filled.
3rd down and 7 for the Wildcats. And it's Walk. With time, season opening takes advantage of it across the 35 and then is popped on the play. Estat came up to whack him. Tell you what, Estat doing a good job tonight defensively for Lakeland. He has been all over the field.
Saved the first down again, 4th and short. Obviously, Western Wayne will go for it in Lakeland territory, but again, key to get a lot of that yardage back. Now, 4th and 2 is a lot better than 4th and 6.
Football is marked on the 31-yard line of Lakeland, as the Wildcats will face 4th and 2, trailing 14-0 with just about 1 minute gone by, 2nd quarter. Brendan Toot is wide, along with Tomasetti and Kenny French.
5 wideouts, Steve.
2 on the near side. Kilgallen on the near side, along with Kobe Sauter, and we have a timeout. Breaking the action with just about a minute into quarter number 2, and Lakeland up 14-0 on Adams Cable High School football.
The Waymart Building Center carries quality materials for every job, including new home construction, remodeling, or that simple weekend project. The Waymart Building Center will supply everything to make your job easy, including plumbing and electrical supplies, hardware, tools, and paint. Remember, you don't have to drive far to find building or remodeling supplies. Stop by and see Chuck at your hometown building center, the Waymart Building Center.
Well, folks, there's still plenty of time to get those weekend projects outside wrapped up before the winter weather arrives, and stop in and talk with Chuck. Get all of the supplies you need at the Waymart Building Center. Take advantage of the great weather we're having to wrap up all of those projects. And don't forget, at the Waymart Building Center, they do have the Eden Pure Gen 2 heaters. They are great. They have them. Stop in and pick one up. You will enjoy it when the cool and cold winter evenings get here.
Like tomorrow.
That might be just off the mark by about a day or two, but next week we're going to have temperatures in the low 30s. That's when you will really enjoy it. 4th and 2. The Wildcats from the Lakeland 31 off the play fake, walk to throw. Toot has it. Does he get the first down? He's close. There's a loose football, and let's find out who will have it.
So there you saw the chess match, the last 2 plays with the 2 coaches. The other play, Coach McDonough had a 5-receiver set. Jeff Wasilchak didn't like what he saw. He called timeout. Donnie McDonough changed the play to a 3 formation, and it looks like the ball stays in Western Wayne's possession in a first down, a huge first down again for the Wildcats.
Yeah, big possession right here as they are down 14 points, and they'd like to sustain this drive. They've got the momentum going now, as Scott Walk will check in from the near sideline.
And Lakeland will see they're approaching the red zone defense area. They held last week. See if they can hold again this week.
2 on the play clock. Western Wayne has to move quickly. Walk will take the snap, fires downfield, puts it up for grabs, and overthrows Brendan Toot, his intended receiver.
Good coverage on that, Steve. There was
Taryn Harding on the coverage.
Yeah, he was ahead of the receiver, the ball. Yeah, so that was a good coverage by the Lakeland defense. Give them a lot of credit on that play.
2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats from the Lakeland 30. Well, it's a windy night here in Varden, but otherwise comfortable. Very nice evening. We dodged a bullet, Nick.
Yeah, we always think that week 10 is going to be snow-filled and freezing temps. I think last week was more week 10 than this.
Yeah, and last week was pretty cold up at Lakeland. People were wrapped up in blankets as Walk will take off, and he was belted. Joe Pigeon, the left inside linebacker, finally nailed him at the 23-yard line. As Walk was scrambling all around, he saw an opening as the defensive protection broke down for the Chiefs.
And again, there's your franchise quarterback. He's back next year. Again, he's taking some hits tonight. That's, again, when you got to have your quarterback running a little bit, there's always that risk. But the kid is tough. He gets up, tough as nails.
3rd down and 3. The Wildcats are on the move from the Lakeland 23-yard line. And
nobody's covering a slot guy.
Scott Walk will dump it off near side. Kobe Salter has the football, and he's gang tackled. Boy, the Lakeland Chiefs all over it.
Eastat read it.
In there.
Yeah, he read it perfect, and he slowed him up just enough.
Rob Bomba also in on the tackle for Lakeland. Boy, they are just swarming to the football here tonight.
Another 4th down.
Well, we saw this last week in the Riverside ball game. Lakeland inside the 20-yard line against Riverside. They came up with numerous defensive stands, and we have a timeout called by Western Wayne with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the first half, and Lakeland up 14-0 on Adams Cable High School football.
You're ready for the big game, but how about your car? As you travel through downtown Carbondale, look for the classic yellow, blue, and red Sunoco sign. Drive in and fill up with the fuel of choice from Main Street Sunoco and get the finest performance from your car. At Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale, prompt, courteous service is always assured. Congratulations to our local athletes and coaches for their hard work and dedication from the staff and management of Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale.
Welcome back to the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden. 9 minutes and 10 seconds remain in the first half of this Week 10 matchup between Lakeland and Western Wayne. And the Lakeland Chiefs hold a 14-0 lead over the Wildcats. Western Wayne took a timeout to talk it over. They face 4th down and 2 from the Lakeland 22-yard line. Big call right here for the Western Wayne Wildcats.
And Lakeland's got to watch either way. 4th and short, you could run, you could throw. So this is a tough play for Lakeland to defend here.
Jake Nagel will lead the Wildcats to the line of scrimmage. And here is Scott Walk to survey the Lakeland defense. Walk with a low snap does a good job to pick it up. He's in some trouble. He'll get the first down and then pays the price near the 21-yard line. Another hard hit on the play.
He lowered that shoulder, Steve.
He didn't get it by much if he did.
Well, from our angle, they may even want to measure. From our angle, initially it looked as though he had it, Nick, but they've got it. He didn't get it by much, though. You're right.
But he got it.
He averted disaster right there. The low snap, very calmly and coolly picked up the football and knew right where to go.
And you could see his athleticism, take over there and keeping his drive alive for his team. Again, you need some big performances tonight to upset the Chiefs from their key players. And so far, Western Wayne hanging in there, big drive here, punch one in here. Then this game got real tight.
Well, here comes Western Wayne facing 1st and 10 from the Lakeland 18-yard line. And Tomasetti takes the handoff, goes off right tackle, and then is caught near the 16-yard line. So the best drive of the evening right now for the Western Wayne Wildcats.
Gain of 4 on the play brings up a 2nd down and 6.
Nearing 8 minutes remaining in the first half. And Lakeland leading by the score of 14-0.
And again, 2nd and 6, very manageable. It's 4-down territory, so again, you don't have to get it all on one play. So you got a lot of options offensively for Western Wayne.
Here come the Wildcats. This time, Scott Walk will come up under center. Walk off the play fake with time, looking end zone, overthrows Brandon Toot. Good coverage in the secondary by Taryn Harding of Lakeland.
He was right with him in there. The interesting formation with the three backs in the backfield. Toot shoots out, took a shot for pay dirt. Now you still get 2 downs to get 6 yards.
Yeah, Lakeland wasn't fooled by that, especially when they get a full house backfield more or less.
Yeah.
Something in Western Wayne I don't think I've ever seen them in.
Well, sometimes you have to throw a new look. You don't see that full house backfield too much anymore.
Not, especially in,
today's day and age.
Years ago.
Goal line stuff. Carbondale runs a little bit with those 2 bullbacks they stick up and in there.
Boy, years ago, Valley View, you used to see them do it a lot. 3rd down and 6 for the Wildcats against the grain. Walk in trouble and belted on the play. Coming up for the Lakeland Chiefs, that was just an outstanding job as the defense
Nick
rises
Seta
to the occasion, and Seta nails him for the loss.
So 3 key sacks tonight by the Chiefs against Scott Walk that have really hurt their drive. So,
and with key sacks, I mean, these guys have been untouched.
yes.
Well, here you go. Big play for the Western Wayne Wildcats. 4th down, 16 yards to go on the football, resting on the 26-yard line of Lakeland.
And they got to hurry. There's only 6 on the play clock, Steve. Got to hurry.
Yeah, they have to move quickly. As Walk with 1 second, he won't
Did he get the
it away.
timeout? He got the timeout. Good coaching there.
They got the timeout. Don McDonough calls a timeout with 6:55 to play in the first half, and Western Wayne trailing by the score of 14-0 here on Adams Cable High School Football.
Enjoy the feel of deep, rich luxury. Get the drama of radiant color and experience the timeless beauty, comfort, and durability of carpeting from Tom's Floor Shop in Childs. Tom's Floor Shop offers a large selection of hardwood, laminate, vinyl, ceramic tile, and carpeting on display in their showroom. Rely on Tom's Floor Shop for expert installation. All roads lead to where great floors begin at Tom's Floor Shop. Exit 6 off the Casey Highway in Childs.
We are back at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden with Dave Serra and Nick Homick. Steve Young here. Great to have you on board for Week 10 of Adams Cable High School Football. Boy, the season sure did go by quickly. Nick and I always talk about this back in June or July. Hey, the season is coming up. Suddenly it's August, then it's opening night. Then we're at the midway point, and here we are in week number 10. And a real headbanger between Lakeland and Western Wayne. The Chiefs lead it 14-0. Western Wayne facing 4th and 16 from the Lakeland 26-yard line. Big play right here.
They got to get to the 10, Steve, so you got to open it up a little bit. Deep safety for Lakeland. Keep everybody in front of you if you're the Lakeland defense.
Walk back in the pocket. And he fires downfield,
It's going to be interference. It's going to be interference on Lakeland.
The pass was intended for a freshman, Colby Salter, along the near sideline, and the flag came out on the play.
Little push in the back by Mike Lowry. Again, he had a step on him. So Western Wayne will get the automatic first down.
So a big break for the Western Wayne Wildcats.
Is it an automatic?
Is it
touchdown?
at high school?
I don't think it is.
It's 15 yards though, right?
No, even if it's 15, the way the official's standing down here,
It's what, 4th and 16, so
it's gonna be yard short. 4th down. Yeah, unlike the NFL, it's not a
NFL
spot
would be
foul.
not at the high school level. Okay.
Right.
Still a big play for the Wildcats as they have their best drive of the evening going against Lakeland.
That's only a 10-yard penalty.
Oh, okay.
And with the football on the 13-yard line, the Wildcats will talk it over in the huddle.
Well, if you're Lakeland, you'll take it if you could stop him here on 4th. It's better than giving up a touchdown.
Sure.
But 4th again, you'll take 4th and 5 versus 4th and 15 and 16.
Oh, it's manageable now.
Here come the Cats as they flood the field with receivers. Scott walked back to throw. The rush is on. He eludes a tackler. Now he's in trouble and sacked on the play. Another sack for Lakeland. Kevin Johnson led the way defensively. Also coming in to help out was Josh Wayman, the left defensive end, and Lakeland will take over possession of the football on downs.
You hear about quarterbacks being under duress. That is under duress. Those guys were on him faster than he had the snap.
Yeah, they pretty good. They got some good edge pass rushing. I'm very impressed with the Lakeland defensive line tonight. They're getting back there and they're disrupting that very impressive throwing offense, and it really has kept Western Wayne out of the end zone.
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, what I think it is just they're ignoring the run. They're daring Western Wayne, and this is nothing against Western Wayne, but they're daring them to beat them with the run. They feel that their linebackers can do the job.
Gross will hand it off, and the running play is stopped cold at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, Nick, I think you nailed it right there. They're just defending against the pass.
Versus Western Wayne is going to dare Lakeland to beat them with the pass. So they're going to stack everybody in the box if they can and try and stop the run. And that's why on that Furco touchdown, once he gets to the second level, that's it. He's gone.
And Furco's pretty quick for a big fella.
For a fullback.
For 228, he motored down that field pretty good, Nick.
As long as he's one step ahead of everybody else, that's as fast as he has to be.
Jake Gross will run the offense for Lakeland. And Gross will hand it off, and getting the call is Lowry. Lowry trying to turn the corner, but he is shut down on the play as Brendan Toot came up to lead the way with the pursuit for the Wildcat defense.
We were talking on the field with Donnie McDonough before the game. He needs to have 10, 15 tackles and disrupt plays that he's done his whole career. So that, makes it 3rd and long. Huge play by Brandon Toot, who we were talking with a little bit in the booth before the game. He was ready for this, possibly the final home game, and great play, makes it 3rd and long, very tough.
This is imperative that Western Wayne makes a stop here because Lakeland, they put points on the board. This game is close to being over.
3rd down and 12. Lakeland from its own 11-yard line. Gross rolling out, throws on the run. And the pass was intended for Estat, but a very slow developing play and good defense by the Wildcats. Punting team will come on for the Chiefs with 5:17 to play in the first half, and Lakeland up 14-0.
Now, again, the same thing. You want to get the punt back to the 40 or 50. You don't want to give Western Wayne, so they need to get a good punt off here. High snap, and he got it. Going to get the roll, Steve.
Estat gets away a good punt.
Hell yeah, it's going to be
Still
huge.
rolling and rolling and rolling, and it's finally out of bounds at the 39-yard line of the Wildcats, and that's where Western Wayne will go to work. 1st down and 10.
50-yard punt.
Nick, how about congratulations to the Lakeland girls soccer team as the Lady Chiefs knocked off Mountain View, and they captured the District 2 Class A.
Was that in overtime as well?
Yes, it was an overtime game. 3-2 overtime victory over Mountain View.
Yeah, now do we know who they play next?
Yes, let's check this out. Lakeland 2-1 will advance to the PIAA playoffs to face District 3 runner-up York Catholic. That is coming up on Tuesday.
Wow.
So congratulations to the Lady Chiefs girls soccer team on that big win. As Walk will go off the play fake. Johnson got him again. Boy, is Kevin Johnson having a night defensively.
He's playing himself into the defensive player of the week all over the field. And look somebody down, Steve.
Yeah, I think everyone is up, Dave. Should be okay. As
Seminaro, I think.
Sermonero will he'll check out of the Lakeland lineup. So Lakeland defensively playing outstanding in this first half.
Too many negative. What's hurting Western Wayne is too many negative plays. When you're, there's been 3 or 4 or 5 big ones that have hurt drives. But again, if there's one team that can get out of it, one perfectly thrown ball, which he can do, can get them out of trouble second and long.
Second down and 14. The Wildcats from their own 35. Walk on a late handoff. Tomasetti strung out on the play, tries to turn it upfield and just got back to the line of scrimmage.
But Lakeland's 2 guys ran into one another. That's what sprung them.
Well, Pettinato was right there giving chase.
Pettinato
along with Pigeon.
Yeah,
they were in hot pursuit.
He gave him an extra 5 yards by knocking each other over.
But still pretty well played. Strung it out, used the sideline as as your other defender, and you didn't get. He didn't get to the perimeter. He didn't get with the shoulders pointed downfield. And Joe Tomasetti had shown last week 216 yards. He can move the ball. So again, you're in a 3rd and long. You got to pass protect. You might have to keep the back in, to protect Scott Walk here.
3rd down and 13 yards to go for the Cats from their own 36. Scott Walk with the rush on, eludes the tackler, turns it upfield. There he goes across the 40, the 45, and tiptoes out of bounds near midfield. He's very close to a first down.
Every first down that they've gotten tonight has been maybe by a football leg.
Well, they've got that one, and the chain gang will move the markers on the far side of the field. So Western Wayne has been in this position before, picking up first downs, getting a good drive going, but they have failed to hit pay dirt thus far in the first half, trailing 14-0.
And now that punt looming a lot bigger, getting them out of deep trouble, Lakeland.
First down and 10, the Wildcats from midfield. And Walk on a quick inside handoff, and ball carrier Joe Tomasetti wrapped up at the 49-yard line of Lakeland by right inside linebacker Eric Furco.
And again, moving the Lakeland. Lakeland, if it gets the ball back, it's only going to be maybe two minutes. So the worst case scenario for Western Wayne, you go in down 14-0, or ideally you go down 14-7. So the key is to keep the Lakeland offense off the field here. They can't get the running backs moving downhill. So here he can use the rest of the time in the first half to either get a touchdown, and not only that, get himself back in the game.
2nd and 8 for the Wildcats. Scott Walk with time fires a bullet. Incomplete pass was intended for Brandon Toot. Good coverage in the secondary by Lakeland.
Well, you could see right there that the pressure the Walk's been under got to him a little bit. Didn't really set his feet, just kind of whipped that out there.
Yeah, you made him uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and,
that's good. Pressure's going to do that.
Had to throw it before he wanted, and again, the Lakeland linebackers, Cy Babkinik in coverage there. So they're the Lakeland linebackers in passing plays. You can see them fading back a little bit. So they got a pretty good game plan to combat this Western Wayne passing attack tonight.
Western Wayne will look down the barrel of 3rd down and 8 in Lakeland territory at the 49-yard line. Scott Walk will dump off the pass near side, but this play goes nowhere. We talk about a great play by Garth Eastad. He was right there to wrap up Brandon Toot. Toot gets up very slowly.
I think he's either going to copy the playbook for tonight. He has been all over everything.
He's played very well. He's made some key tackles. Brandon Toot's bigger than he is, and he got him down forcing a punt formation. So again, not what you want. You wanted a score from Western Wayne, but a good punt. Maybe you don't give Lakeland a whole lot of time to go down the other end to score.
Stevens on to punt for the Wildcats, and Taryn Harding and Eastad await the kick. Good punt by Stevens with a lot of hang time into the wind. It bounces at the 30 and then gets a Lakeland roll to the 32-yard line. Lakeland will get the football back with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to play in the first half, leading 14-0. Great concession stand here, folks.
Oh, top notch.
Yeah, we had some Waymart Hotel pizza and buffalo chicken sandwich. They have cheeseburgers and hot dogs and mac and cheese, you name it, they have it. So if you're tuned into the broadcast listening on the radio end, you might want to stop by and not only check out the football game, but check out the great food. From the 32-yard line, it's first down and 10, Lakeland. And they will keep the football on the ground and advance it to the 35-yard line.
Lakeland needs to, get some first downs here, get into the half. Especially their offense really hasn't been on the field that much in the past couple of minutes.
Babcock on the carry.
First
Dave?
carry of the night, yes, Steve.
And I like the jerseys on Lakeland here tonight. The white jerseys with the red numerals. Very easy to see the players.
And Lakeland has time, Steve. I think Jeff Wasilchek has a timeout left as well.
Second down and 7, toss play. Babcock in trouble, breaks a tackle, turns it upfield, and then is cut down at the 39-yard line. Good run to make something out of nothing for Cy Babcock.
And Brandon Toot disrupted the play enough in the backfield to prevent that from being even a bigger gain. So again, third and short. I think you're in 2-down territory for Lakeland. So here, you don't have to do anything fancy. Straightforward, get the first down. You still have 2 minutes to go. You still can pop one in if you're the Chiefs.
And the football resting on the 40-yard line of Lakeland. Third down, 2 yards to go. Cody Roop running the offense now for the Chiefs. He'll hand it off. Babcock with a lot of real estate in front of him, and it's off to the races for Babcock. 60 yards.
Yep.
For Cy Babcock, and Lakeland has a 20-0 lead over the Wildcats.
That was the fear that you had if you're rooting for Western Wayne tonight. The big play, they scored on all big play pops, and that's the like Nick was saying. Once you're through that initial line of scrimmage, when you're loading the box on a 50 defense like that, you better make the tackle or you're not going to get them.
They'll give the offensive line a lot of credit also for opening up some running room for Babcock. And now it is Colin Cooper, the senior, on for the point after out of the hold of Nico Perano. We have a whistle. How many times do you see the ball do that, Dave?
Very.
He just got up there and died.
Yeah, well, is there a penalty?
Yeah, I think it was a false start. Okay. Side judge over there.
I didn't see a flag. We heard the whistle. But
it's tough to tell in this field where the flags lie.
Because of the yellow, because of the soccer. Yeah, what a field, though. We were on the field. One of the finer artificial turf stadiums you'll see anywhere.
Before they had the turf in here, if you got any kind of rainstorm, you could virtually not play on it. It just turned to a muddy mess. But here, this is one of the finest facilities you'll find in northeastern Pennsylvania. Cooper will try it again. Now, hold on. Now, Don McDonough and everyone wants to know what's happening.
So they're explaining to both sidelines what happened. But, you wonder if that could be a backbreaker. You want to go in no worse than 14-0. But again, the Lakeland running game, very hard to stop, Nick.
Especially Lakeland gets the ball now in the second half.
And you work with Jeff Wasilchek for years up, coaching, and when you get a running team like that with a lead, awfully tough to
take the ear out of the ball.
Yeah.
Cooper will try it again.
Yikes!
And this time, that's
halfway to Lake area.
Yep.
Wow. Almost ended up in the lake. $1:40 on the clock here in the first half, and Lakeland leads it 21-0 on Adams Cable High School football.
When your car does this, call us first.
Every job is perfect or it doesn't leave the shop. That's the motto at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. In an accident, remember, it is your car and your choice to choose your repair center. Call Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale, well known for integrity, safety, and craftsmanship. For more information concerning your rights and the 10 things you need to know before having your car repaired, go to their website, bestonsautobody.com. Good luck to all area teams from Tony, Mike, Jeff, and the staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, Gordon Avenue, Carbondale.
Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
Lakeland with a 21-0 lead over the Western Wayne Wildcats, and Colin Cooper will tee it up and kick off to Western Wayne. This time the high spinner will bounce at the 18-yard line, and it's picked up by Tomasetti, but he's wrestled down on the play by the Lakeland Chiefs' Rob Bomba. I'm telling you, Lakeland is really up for this football game.
Fly into the ball tonight, Steve.
They really are.
Especially on the defense with
They are just
5 or 6 or 7 negative plays on a Western Wayne offense that made it hard, third and long, second and long. And it's been, to me, the Lakeland defense tonight, Steve.
Well, they have been swarming to the point of attack here tonight and hitting on all cylinders here in the first half of this ball game, not only offensively but definitely defensively. For Western Wayne, they will start this drive from their own 20-yard line, first down and 10. As Scott Walk will go on an inside handoff, and here comes Tomasetti with a first down for the Wildcats at the 35-yard line. Well, if they can keep this going, they might have a shot at the end zone before halftime.
The middle of the field is where Western Wayne has had a lot of success tonight. Whether it's Scott Walters tucking and running or, the few passes they completed.
Well, a low snap, loose football. Who will have it?
Very fortunate to get that back.
Yeah, low snap, and the Wildcats did a good job to keep the possession.
Turnover there could have been fatal.
And with 1 minute to play in the first half and a quick-moving half of football, Western Wayne will face second down and 10.
I might throw one deep here. No, he's going to run it out.
Well, they'll go to Tomasetti, and Tomasetti dishing out some punishment, and the second effort will take him to the Wildcat 38-yard line. And a hurry-up offense now for Western Wayne. And Scott Walk back in the pocket, fires near side and overthrows his intended receiver, Kobe Salter.
Good coverage again, Taryn Harding, key, looking back, finding the ball in the air. When the receiver turns, you look back. So, again, Lakeland secondary tonight also, Steve, playing well, playing very well, defending against the deep ball. So now you can see the two deep safeties way back, 30 yards down the field. Again, you just want to keep the play in front of you. And don't give up a long one.
Wildcats looking at third down and 6.
Fourth down.
Fourth down. Let's check that. Fourth down in a punting situation. As Stevens.
Let it go. Let
it go. Get away.
They're going to pick it up. It is going to be Harding on the return for Lakeland.
Here I am up here saying, don't pick it up. But he made something out of it.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
I wouldn't do it too often.
Yeah, the chances of that working every time are slim to none, right?
Yeah.
Lakeland, you just take a knee, go win with a 3-touchdown lead. You don't need to do anything. And again, if you're Jeff Wasilchak, your team answered. He challenged them to, this is you need to win to get in, to have to the playoffs. And so far, he's got to be happy with the way they've played.
Yeah, you're halfway there. You've got a comfortable lead on the road right now, going into the locker room and getting the ball in the second half.
From the 33-yard line, first down and 10, the Chiefs, with 18 seconds on the clock here in the first half. And Gross will air it out, looking for a wide-open receiver on the far side of the field, Zach Polito, and off his fingertips.
No, what a call.
He caught it. He fumbled it out of bounds.
Okay, so he will keep the football at the 34.
It wasn't going to be the holy roller there, Steve.
No.
Dialing up a bomb,
Yeah.
Nick.
How about that?
Well, that's the play-action pass.
So just when you think that Lakeland was going to take a knee.
I would love to see him put Colin Cooper out here for an attempt. I'm getting crazy now, but, I would just want to see if he can pull
maybe
it
if you got a little closer with the wind at his back, Pettinato goes in motion, and Gross will try it again. Steps up and, is belted on the play.
Well, this is gonna be a free play if the clock runs out. Because you're going to get a penalty out here. I think it's on.
Jalhi Sterling
Yeah.
came up to make the tackle.
He's going to try a field goal, I think.
He kicked it out of sight before.
Why not?
Face mask. or holding, I should say.
That puts him in range, Nick.
They're figuring it out up here. I think it's going to be a 47-yarder, and he's got a timeout in the bag, so they got time to get the guys out there.
1.7 seconds remain in the first half, and Lakeland is up 21-0. And there's a timeout called on the field, and we'll keep it right here. And I'd like to say thank you to all of the great sponsors who make high school football possible here on Channel 7. Tom's Floor Shop, Main Street and Childs. Thank you to Tom and Ronnie for their support all season. Beston's Body Shop and Collision Center. Tony, Mike, Jeff, thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate your support. By your Napa Auto Parts store, Tonkin Auto Supply, Glenn Garth, and the great staff. Stop by and see them for all of your auto needs. Lieber and Bonham Electrical Contractors of Clark Summit. By Tom Prodzik at the White's Crossing Sports Shop. Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Carbondale. Nick's Excavating and Paving. Thank you, Nick. Big Lamini Drugstore of Carbondale, locally owned and trusted since 1929. NJS Systems and Controls, the Waymart Building Center, Main Street Sunoco, and the Roselle Department
Glenn
Store.
would appreciate this if he hits us. He better put a lot of English and play the wind.
Let's see, how many yards are we talking
got the
here,
leg.
guys? Nick, how many yards are
47.
we talking? 47-yard field goal attempt by Colin Cooper with the wind at his back out of the hold of Nico Perano.
You got to cover, though, too.
Whoa!
Flag.
That's
Flag
you
down.
got to cover now. You got
Out
to
of the end zone.
Shades of the Auburn, Alabama
It's going
game.
to be Western Wayne returning it. Scott Walk brings it out of the end zone across the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Penalty, though, Nick. Did Western Wayne get through the line a little quick? Could this be offsides on Western Wayne?
No, if they would jump over to center, you cannot do that. That's a penalty.
Okay.
Like, in other words, you can't go directly over to center because they consider them defenses.
Well, the half cannot end on a penalty.
So he got that almost there.
It just got up in a jet stream.
Yeah.
That was the end of that.
Look where the football is going to be
See,
placed, and now you give Cooper a shot.
Definitely took a shot at it.
Drives you crazy as a coach.
15-yard penalty, but now.
Yeah.
You're trying to
What
field goal. I would
about
have tried
32
another
yards
offensive play.
About 32 yards here, guys?
Well, if it's on the 21-31, right, Nick?
31 yards, yeah. 31-32. We'll see where Perano goes down here.
Boy, see, Jeff might have caught the Western Wayne defense napping a little bit. He certainly, surprised me, and he might steal 3 points out of this.
See, the Western Wayne's going to use their final timeout.
Try to ice them.
If I'm Lakeland, I come back out with the offense.
Would you really?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Your ball's on the 15-yard line. You got a couple of plays in there. You run 50. You can play 15 yards. I'd come in and I'd run a draw at Babcock.
Well, he's hit one for 60 already. I mean, Furco's hit one for 50.
Nick, you're a riverboat gambler.
I should be on the Carbondale staff.
A la John LaSavage long ago.
The Carbondale's got a game tonight, and Larry's not listening.
Yeah.
John would go for it.
Oh, definitely. I don't think you would see John LaSavage kicking a field goal right here. He would be rolling the dice.
He would kick a field goal, but
he would line up to kick a field goal, but there'd be something else going on. He'd have something else up his sleeve, right?
They'd be drawing him up in the dirt right now, I think.
Cooper will try the 31-yard field goal. Here it comes.
Got that one.
Wow.
It's good. Colin Cooper with a 31-yard field goal to end the first half of this Week 10 battle between the Wildcats and the Chiefs, as the Chiefs have a 24-0 lead. How about that, Nick?
That is perfect execution of it was less than a minute drill. So, 2 passes and a field goal attempt. And really, Lakeland just stole 3 points there. That's a big swing.
Great throw by Gross.
Yeah, great throw by Gross. And like you said, you get that ball in the second half now, you can really start, icing this one away.
Right.
But, they came out like a house on fire and really executed on all facets, including special teams.
It is halftime here at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden, as Lakeland has a 24-0 over Western Wayne. Coming up, the second half of today's ball game after this timeout on Adams Cable High School Football.
You're ready for the big game, but how about your car? As you travel through downtown Carbondale, look for the classic yellow, blue, and red Sunoco sign. Drive in and fill up with the fuel of choice from Main Street Sunoco and get the finest performance from your car. At Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale, prompt, courteous service is always assured. Congratulations to our local athletes and coaches for their hard work and dedication from the staff and management of Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale. The Gabriel family and the staff at Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated of Carbondale send best wishes to our local athletes and teams for a successful season. In your time of need, call 282-1219 for the ultimate in professional service from Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street, Carbondale.
Dremel. Hey, Dremel?
No, I'm David.
Can't find what you're looking for? Adams Cable Service has the perfect tool to find what you want, when you want. Just use your remote to access on demand. The on-screen menus make it easy to find thousands of favorite hit movies and shows you can play instantly. Adams Cable Service. It's all about you.
The White's Crossing Sports Shop, Canaan Street in Carbondale, is the leading authority for the outdoors in northeastern Pennsylvania. They carry a full line of archery accessories, hunting and reloading supplies, live bait, and a variety of fishing tackle. The White's Crossing Sports Shop is open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. Call 282-4699 or log on to their website at whitescrossing.com. Finding that unique seasonal outdoor item has never been easier with help from Tom and the staff at the White's Crossing Sports Shop. Looking for great prices and special offers on top quality parts and accessories? You'll find them at Napa Auto Parts. Visit Tonkin Auto Supply in Carbondale for great savings while supplies last. Only at Napa. Stop in and see Glenn, Garth, and the staff at Tonkin Auto Supply in Carbondale, your know-how folks.
Napa know-how. Napa know-how. Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
Improve the appearance of your property with the help of Nick's Excavating and Paving of Carbondale. Nick's Excavating and Paving provides the highest quality service in residential and commercial excavating, paving and seal coating, demolition, land clearing, foundations, driveways, sidewalks, and utility lines. Nick's Excavating and Paving also delivers sand, stone, topsoil, and mulch. For prompt professional service, call Nick's Excavating and Paving, Carbondale.
Enjoy the feel of deep, rich luxury. Get the drama of radiant color and experience the timeless beauty, comfort, and durability of carpeting from Tom's Floor Shop in Childs. Tom's Floor Shop offers a large selection of hardwood, laminate, vinyl, ceramic tile, and carpeting on display in their showroom. Rely on Tom's Floor Shop for expert installation. All roads lead to where great floors begin at Tom's Floor Shop. Exit 6 off the Casey Highway in Childs.
When your car does this. Call us first.
Every job is perfect or it doesn't leave the shop. That's the motto at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. In an accident, remember, it is your car and your choice to choose your repair center. Call Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale, well known for integrity, safety, and craftsmanship. For more information concerning your rights and the 10 things you need to know before having your car repaired, go to their website, bestonsautobody.com. Good luck to all area teams from Tony, Mike, Jeff, and the staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, Gordon Avenue, Carbondale. Here's great news from Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale that can save you money and make shopping for your prescriptions more convenient. Figlamini now has an $8.95 generic drug plan and free local delivery. Figlamini offers diabetic shoes, lift chairs, and home health supplies. That's what sets Figlamini apart from the chains. Locally owned and trusted since 1929. Stop in and see the difference for yourself at Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, where you're not just a number, you're family.
Here we go with the third quarter of play as the Western Wayne Wildcats will kick it off to the Lakeland Chiefs. 3 are deep for Lakeland. They'll go with a squib kick, and it's picked up by Nick Setta.
He thought about going with that ball. He was on his own if he did, but.
Yeah. So Lakeland will get excellent field position to start the third quarter of play in Wildcat territory as the officials will spot the football at the 49.
Well, Lakeland kind of, if you're Lakeland right now, you're kind of anticipating anything from Western Wayne to try and get some momentum back. So
Tyler Vilotis is split wide on the top of your screen, and Cody Roop will have an I formation in the backfield. Setta will line up at tight end. And the toss play to Lowry, looking to turn the corner. There he goes. And Lowry looks as though he's very close to a first down. The person holding the yard marker on the far side of the field bailed out, and I don't blame him.
Dangerous job over there.
Well, yes, it is.
Good block on, Eric Furco. He waited for the play to develop. He waited for his fullback to get ahead of him. And again, for 6'2", 182, he can move. And you can see these guys, Lakeland rotate the backs a little bit. Guys averaging 7-8 yards a pop, and this is the advantage you have. Your guys always have fresh legs.
2nd and 2 for the Chiefs from the 41, and there goes Furco with the football, and he may have another touchdown, and he does. A 41-yard touchdown for Eric Furco of Lakeland. And the Chiefs now lead it 30-0.
How many carries does Furco have tonight?
That was only the 4th time, and he's got a 50-yard touchdown run and a 41-yard touchdown.
Close to 100 yards on 4
So
carries.
yeah,
That's a heck of an average, I'll tell you.
Yep.
You don't have to be a mathematician to figure that one out.
And the offensive line did the job for him once again. Across that line, Eddie Cavalier, Josh Wayman, Dylan Reeves, Corey Bednash, Antonio Sermonero doing the job for Lakeland. Cooper for the point after. And the Chiefs now lead it 31-0 over Western Wayne with less than 1 minute gone by here in the third quarter on Adams Cable High School football.
Improve the appearance of your property with the help of Nick's Excavating and Paving of Carbondale. Nick's Excavating and Paving provides the highest quality service in residential and commercial excavating, paving and seal coating, demolition, land clearing, foundations, driveways, sidewalks, and utility lines. Nick's Excavating and Paving also delivers sand, stone, topsoil, and mulch. For prompt professional service, call Nick's Excavating and Paving Carbondale.
Back in Varden at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex, it is Lakeland getting off to a huge start here in the third quarter of play as Eric Furco goes 41 yards for a touchdown. Cooper tacks on the extra point. It's 31-0 the Chiefs, and they will tee it up and kick off to the Wildcats.
Well, 2 plays, 59 yards in 19 seconds, Steve, 12-minute quarters in high school. You can't be any more efficient than that.
Yeah. Big plays have hurt the Wildcats as Cooper will kick it off for the Chiefs. And this is a line drive shot that will bounce at the 20. It's rolling, goes out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
So they'll get the penalty ball, 30-35.
So for the Western Wayne Wildcats, they have to get a drive going here and try to get something going and generate some offense. They have done that a few times in the first half, but big plays defensively by Lakeland have shut them down in key situations. So they will go to work from their own 35, first down and 10. Well, Nick, you talked about peaking at the right time of the year, and for Lakeland, they're doing it at the right time in the late stages of the season, as we mentioned, against the Riverside Vikings last week, here tonight. Prior to that, they defeated Honesdale.
Regardless of who you play, you got to execute. Doesn't matter who your opponent is.
That's what it all comes down to as Tomasetti takes the handoff, but he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Struggles for maybe a yard on the play, and that's about all. Not too much there. 31-0 if you're tuning in to the radio broadcast. Lakeland leading it.
Yeah, I really didn't think that this would have been this.
I thought it was.
This
Thought it would be
one-sided.
much closer game with.
And like we said, it's not that Western Wayne's not moving the ball or having any success.
No, they've had their opportunities.
Lakeland's probably playing their best game of the season.
I
from
believe they
the limited
are.
time we've seen them, I think that's a good statement to make.
2nd down and 9 for the Wildcats. As Walk will drop back. Rush was on, and the ball is off the fingertips of Brandon Toot. He wanted a flag on the play, but it was not to be. Good coverage in the secondary by Estat.
He's played well.
Yes, he has.
Estat's played very well, and all over him. Good. Got the hand in there, and Garth has played a wonderful game tonight.
Brings up 3rd down and 9 yards to go for Western Wayne. With the football spotted at the 36-yard line of the Cats. Jake Nagel will lead the Wildcats to the line of scrimmage. And once again, junior quarterback Scott Walk will drop back in the pocket. Rush was on, and he fires a pass, and it is incomplete. Bobbled on the play by the Western Wayne Wildcats. I believe that was Kenny French. That was a picture-perfect pass, but also good coverage by Lakeland.
They're doing enough to break up passes, and you could see it. You could see it. 4th and, got a punt if you're Western Wayne.
Tell you, Walk put that football right on the money, but some good defense by Lakeland, and Kenny French, the senior flanker, could not hang on to the football. And Josh Stevens will drop back in punt formation at his own 24-yard line. Bit of a high snap. Oh, it was almost blocked. There's the flag. And this is going to be roughing the kicker.
Right.
It might just be running into the kicker. I don't think that's going to be a 5 or a 15.
Rob Bomba was coming in trying to block that, and that was close.
Yeah, I think this is still going to remain 4th.
So they'll have to punt again. If it's roughing, it's automatic first. Running, right, 5 yards,
But
they
I'll
won't.
tell you, I thought he blocked it, though.
That was really close.
I'll be surprised if this is a 15-yarder.
And when you look at Garth Estat, he's given up 3-4 inches to Brandon Toot on the play before, and he's played well against guys a lot taller than him. So that's what we were talking about. The Lakeland secondary not real tall, but they have played very well against some taller receivers and have come up big all night, Nick.
Yeah. They've been up to the challenge. Like, they're going to decline this penalty because they got him pinned. That's probably the wiser move here. Obviously, that's why Coach McDonough accepted that penalty or declined that penalty.
Yeah, that's
they
good.
got him.
That's
they got
a good
him pinned
idea.
down here by at the 5-yard line.
It's all about field position, so that will work well for Western Wayne. Pin them back.
You're either going to go with the 4th and 3,
right,
and punt it again, or you're going to make them go 95 yards.
So they will start this drive from their own 5-yard line, 1st down and 10 with 10:26 to play. Here in 3rd quarter action in Varden. Great to have you on board for the season finale of Adams Cable High School football, as senior quarterback Cody Roop will come up to the line of scrimmage. And we're set to go. And Roop fumbles the football and falls on it. Yeah, so you never know.
That's why you play the percentages.
But that's the only mistake he's made tonight, on that center quarterback exchange. He's been flawless, handing the ball off perfectly, nice technique. Cody Roop played a very good game tonight.
Yeah, he certainly has. Lakeland as a team has played pretty mistake-free. I mean, just from a handful of penalties and really nothing you're scratching your head about either.
1-yard loss on the play will result in 2nd and 11, as Lakeland will go to work from its own 4-yard line, leading 31-0 with 9:45 remaining 3rd quarter. And Cody Roop with Furco, I believe, as the lone setback. And Furco will take the handoff and barrel to the 10-yard line. So right here, Lakeland is just going to protect the football and keep it on the ground.
Right, you don't want to give them an easy. You don't want to give them an easy one. And when you have a commanding lead in the game going your way,
play it safe,
play it smart. Yep.
3rd down and 5 for Lakeland. As Nick Setto will line up at tight end, and Zach Polito will be split on the top of your screen. As Roop will roll out with some protection and fires, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Babcock, and that will bring up 4th down, and the punting unit will come on for the Chiefs.
So good, good defensive stand by Western Wayne.
Well, this should give the Wildcats good field position.
Put into, the wind has kind of died down for the moment.
Flags are a little. So Eastat out of his end zone, Nick, or close to the goal line there?
Well, he'll be in the end zone, probably a couple of yards. And good snap. Eastat gets away, an end-over-end kick. It will bounce at the 37. And
I was going to say.
Where's the fair catch?
I thought it hit the Lakeland defender, but no, okay.
At the 46.
Still good field position. You take it if you're Western Wayne. You're in Lakeland, you're out of the hole.
Nick,
very strange.
Was there I didn't see a signal for a fair catch.
Well, it hit the ground.
It can't be a fair catch.
It couldn't be a fair catch, but the players were standing there, and then finally, boom, So Western Wayne will take over at the 46.
It was a heck of an acting job by the returner.
It was really good.
Because he could have really got lit up.
Get out the Academy Award, right? That was good.
The center was coming down the field, bought it.
Yeah, I bought it. 8:51 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10. The Wildcats from the Lakeland 46-yard line. Colby Salter will be wide on the near side. And Scott Walk with the rush. John looking for 2 to overthrows him.
And Walk just had to get rid of that. The heat was on.
That's what has been making these plays so successful defensively for Lakeland, the defensive line. They're putting a lot of heat on Scott
He doesn't have
Walk.
time to set and throw, Steve, and when you have a quarterback that's that good, you got to make him, you got to move him. They're making him throw when he doesn't want to throw it. A little bit, a half a step is all it takes, and he's had to make throws under duress, and hasn't been able to, to get that extra split second to hit the pass. So credit the Lakeland defensive line.
It's like making a batter uncomfortable in baseball. Pitch him inside.
When you're 0-2, it's like he's throwing all of his passes out of an 0-2 count in the baseball, and it's just hard to do that.
2nd down and 10. Walk with a screen near side to Tomasetti, and he's caught at the 43 by the Lakeland defense.
Right, Corey Bednash stayed home on the screen and stopped the play.
So some good defense here tonight by Lakeland. And we'll give Nick an opportunity to see if we have an update on that Dunmore game, that Dunmore-Riverside game.
Those games are still at the half, but North Pocono punched another one in. Tim Kelly with an 18-yard touchdown run, and up on top of Valley View 17-0.
Wow. So Valley View needs a win to advance in the postseason.
Valley View definitely needs a win to get in. I mean, if they lose, I'm going to say they're out.
Too many things can happen, right? So
yeah.
Man in motion, Kenny French for Western Wayne, and there's a pass to Colby Sauter, complete at the 25-yard line, and Luke Pettinato makes the tackle for the Chiefs.
Nice play there. See, he had a little bit of time to throw, Steve.
Well, give credit to the Western Wayne offensive line that time, and the end result is a Wildcat 1st down, and the Cats are in business at the 26-yard line of Lakeland. Clock running with 7:40 to play, 3rd quarter. And the Chiefs leading this one 31-0. And Scott Walk will run the offense. Here comes the snap with French in motion. Walk under pressure, fires downfield for French, incomplete. Babcock on the coverage.
Good coverage with the linebacker Babcock running step for step with the Western Wayne receiver. And when you're sending 3-4 guys out, your linebackers have to drop into coverage, and Lakeland has done very well with that tonight. They're reading the play, and they're making their coach very happy.
Western Wayne Wildcats facing 2nd down and 10 from the Lakeland 26-yard line. And here comes the snap. Walk will drop back, rushes on, steps up in the pocket in trouble, and decked at the 30-yard line. Good job by Lakeland.
Loss of 3 on the play for the Cats to bring up a 3rd and 13.
So for the Chiefs, it's been defense here tonight against this Wildcat passing offense. They are primarily a passing team. And the Lakeland Chiefs have put a lot of heat on Scott Walk here tonight.
And the defense will be key if they do have to play Dunmore in a playoff situation. Dunmore's got the top offense in the division, so they're peaking possibly at the right time, Steve, on defense.
3rd and 13 for the Wildcats. From the 30-yard line of Lakeland, Walk fires downfield, almost intercepted. Joe Pigeon had a chance to pick that off, and that will result in 4th down.
Now, Coach McDonough, you can see he's looking at the officials. He wanted to see a flag there. He thought there was some contact, didn't get the call. Again, 4th down, you have to go for it.
Well, this deep in your own territory, you have to roll the dice right here. With 6:33 to play, you need a 1st down, and hope you can punch something into the end zone when you're on the short end of a 31-0 score.
If they can just get that first touchdown with a quick strike offense, then you can start taking some shots. You may steal, hit a bomb, but this is a key drive, Nick. I would say they really need to score here to have any
chance.
Any chance, to.
On 4th down and 13, Scott Walk will roll out to buy some time. Eludes a tackler, but now he's sacked on the play. Coming up, that was
Kevin Johnson again. What a game.
He has just played an outstanding defensive game for Lakeland, and the Chiefs take over possession of the football on downs 1st and 10.
And he's back next year, so you're encouraged to see, his burst of speed to get to the quarterback,
and his leadership.
You need guys to make plays to win. You got to have guys, like Nick was saying, you got to execute.
We got a Carbondale score here, 21-8 Mid-Valley in the 3rd quarter.
Well, the offensive woes continue for the Chargers. Unable to really generate any kind of offense this year.
Give me a moment here. Carbondale has answered the bell there at the Ortiz 79-yard kickoff return, 21-16.
Ooh, well, they'll do it any way they can.
So much for the offense. He's doing special teams.
Yeah, special teams. And
that's a lot.
Estat has the pass go off his fingertips.
He was looking to run before he had it. And
he had a lot of real estate out there on the far side of the field. That was funny, Nick. You give us the update, and then all of a sudden it changed.
One, right?
Yeah, here comes another one. Yeah.
Well, I was watching them practice last night, and a lot of injuries. 7-8 guys, injured at Carbondale. So that's the X factor in any season.
That's right, Dave. That's a great equalizer right there. Not the way you want to be equalized, but
Right. Lakeland lost Babcock, right, Steve, for a game that Nick said, and that hurt them. And
absolutely,
you never know with an injury.
2nd and 10, the Chiefs from their own 37, leading 31-0. Inside handoff, Furco. Furco across the 40 in midfield, and there goes Furco off to the races. Furco may go all the way, and he will. How about that, Dave?
Another 60-plus yard run. Let's see, 36, 14, 64-yard run.
He's having a career night. Eric Furco. 37-0. Western Wayne trailing in this ball game is Lakeland with big plays, doing the job with 6 minutes and 14 seconds remaining 3rd quarter.
Your mercy rule will kick in here as well.
Yeah, the 35-point rule will kick in.
Lakeland had a lineman shaken up on that play too. Ran off the field on his own.
Well, now you're getting. Do you start pulling guys and?
Oh, I would.
Cooper for the point after, and it's good. And with 6:14 remaining in the 3rd, Lakeland leads at 38-0 on Adams Cable High School football.
Here's great news from Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale that can save you money and make shopping for your prescriptions more convenient. Figlamini now has an $8.95 generic drug plan and free local delivery. Figlamini offers diabetic shoes, lift chairs, and home health supplies. That's what sets Figlamini apart from the chains. Locally owned and trusted since 1929. Stop in and see the difference for yourself at Figlamini Drugstore in Carbondale, where you're not just a number, you're family. What does it mean to be an expert? Does it mean getting the job done right? Or being able to pinpoint a problem and quickly find a solution? Whatever the meaning, the team in NJS are your experts in hydraulic and pneumatic components. So whether you need a custom hose built on the spot or a cylinder repaired from the ground up, the experts at NJS are there when you need them. And with the area's largest hose and fittings warehouse, NJS has thousands of the parts you need in stock and ready to go. NJS Route 6 Mayfield, online at njsgo.com. NJS is proud to call this area home and proud to sponsor our area athletes on Adams Cable Channel 7.
Here's the kickoff by Colin Cooper. It rolls into the end zone for a touchback, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line, where the Wildcats will go on the offensive attack. First down and 10, trailing 38-0, and the 35-point rule is in effect. So there will be a running clock when one team leads by 35 or more points in the second half. The clock will stop for timeouts, touchdowns, and officials' timeouts, and at the end of the quarter, the clock will run when there is an incomplete pass or the ball goes out of bounds. The clock is stopped and started when the ball is set on first downs or when a punt goes out of bounds or into the end zone. The clock will stop during an extra point try and resumes when the ball is legally touched on a kickoff. So those are your 35-point rules as the Wildcats try to go to their ground game, and it is shut down by Lakeland. Rob Bamba in on the stop for the Lakeland Chiefs.
And I see a flag now. This is
some frustration.
Probably an unsportsmanlike or somebody saying something. And that rule is for safety, right, Nick? That's so guys don't get hurt. And
well, like we talked about a little bit before, you got to watch now. Don't do anything dumb. You get tossed out of the game, you're ineligible for next week.
Well, yeah, that's right. It looked like an unsportsmanlike. Was it on Lakeland?
Yeah.
Wow.
You get tossed. You're by
you're out for
rules,
the
following week.
So they're going to talk to whoever that is, and believe me, they will get that corrected on that sideline.
We're not going to single anybody out who it was, but he's been pulled so far. He wasn't kicked out of the game.
We also have an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Wildcats. The penalties will offset.
Oh, it was on both sides. Okay, I see.
It's just some little extra things probably being said out there out of frustration.
Extracurricular activity.
Absolutely.
Scott Walk dropping back in the pocket. Fires the pass, almost intercepted by Eastat. Intended for French.
He's all over it. He's playing like Darrell Revis tonight. He is not missed it. He has not. Whale of a game. Him and Kevin Johnson.
And Furco on the offense.
And Furco.
Three guys. It'd be tough. It'd be tough to give a game ball to one of these guys. Two guys get the stripe, and the other guy gets the laces.
There you go. Now, is that an inflated football or a deflated football?
Well, either way.
Or an underinflated football? How would that work? Third down and 12 for...
We can't let that go to Vatican.
No, we can't. I figured I would get a chuckle out of it with that one. As Scott Walk will hand it off. Looks like Tomasetti getting the call. And he lowered the shoulder, went across the 20-yard line for a short gain on the play. As we near 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and the Chiefs leading this one 38-0. Eric Furco with a huge night for Lakeland. Fourth down coming up for the Western Wayne Wildcats, and the punting unit will come on. And here comes a snap from center. 2 are deep for Lakeland. Bit of a high snap, but Stevens will get this one away. And from the 42-yard line, Eastat on the return with running room and blocking. Here goes Eastat along the far side of the field, making a cut for the end zone, and he scores. And I mean, he knew exactly where he was going after he fielded that punt.
I don't know who blocked Brandon Toot, but it was a legal block. That's what sprung him.
44-0 on the punt return by Garth Estat.
Saying it played one whale of a game tonight.
And there's a flag.
You know, not what you want to see on senior night, obviously, if you're... But Lakeland's just better tonight, Steve. Sometimes you just got to say that. They're a lot better tonight and again, last year, these guys were ready. They were pumped up ready for this game. They really were.
Boy, did Estat turn on the speed once he caught that football?
He's in the open field. He's a dangerous
He had Joby Fawcett type speed on that one.
If you ask Joby, he'll say no, he didn't.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he's over on the sidelines at Lakeland sideline covering the game. Joby will stop you right mid-sentence and he'll say, wait a minute. No, he doesn't.
Or Bobby Spicer type speed, if you will. Let's go back even.
Oh, yeah.
Steve, your old friends from the booth up there years ago.
Cooper for the point after. And Lakeland has a 45-0 lead over Western Wayne with 3:19 to play third quarter on Adams Cable High School football.
The Waymart Building Center carries quality materials for every job, including new home construction, remodeling, or that simple weekend project. The Waymart Building Center will supply everything to make your job easy, including plumbing and electrical supplies, hardware, tools, and paint. Remember, you don't have to drive far to find building or remodeling supplies. Stop by and see Chuck at your hometown building center, the Waymart Building Center.
Well, folks, with all of the nice weather here in November, still plenty of time to get those weekend projects finished before the winter weather arrives. Stop in and see Chuck and the great staff at Waymart Building Supplies for everything you need. And also keep in mind, they do have those Eden Pure Gen 2 heaters. And you will really appreciate that come the dead of winter on a cold winter night or a cold winter morning. When you turn that heater on and your room is nice and warm, you will really appreciate it. So stop by and see Chuck and the gang at the Waymart Building Center. Well, Cooper is going to tee it up for Lakeland. He's had a busy night thus far with extra points and kicking off.
And he's a weapon, Steve. If, down the road you might need a kick, Colin Cooper can do it.
Yes, you can. Just never know in a tight ball game. 45-0 Lakeland, and Cooper will kick it off.
Guys, Lake Lehman has taken a 1-point lead against Dallas, 14-13 in the fourth quarter.
Well, that's a real nail-biter going on right now as this looks like Kenny French on the return, zigzagging his way all over the field. Now he reverses his field and runs into a wall of Lakeland defenders at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will go to work with their offensive unit, first down and 10. Well, while we have the opportunity, I'd like to thank everyone here at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex here in Varden, the Waymart School District, and to Cindy Rizzi, the athletic director here. She has been great, guys. I'm telling you, she had us set up in the booth, provided us with water, programs, everything we needed. Cindy, thank you very much for all of your help here this year. And, of course, Dave Rosenkrantz, the Lakeland athletic director. Dave, thank you very much all year for all of your help when we come to Lakeland as Dave breaks out the pretzels that Cindy provided for us here. Also to Bob Bednash at Lakeland, on the maintenance crew up at Lakeland. And this is Kobe Salter breaking a tackle. He's got a Wildcat first down as he goes across the 30-yard line. I know last week, Nick, we gave Bob Bednash credit. That was during halftime. So anyone listening on the radio broadcast heard it, but it was cut for the video because that goes to the cutting room floor. Is that correct?
Yeah, it goes to the cutting room floor.
So Bob didn't get credit on the broadcast.
Nothing against Bob. He does a fine job up there.
He sure does. So Bob, thank you very much all year for your help up at Lakeland. Of course, to Frankie Carl Productions for all of the great video work they do, and DC Day, who leads us into our broadcast, does all of the great voice work for us here. So DC, thank you very much for all of your great work this season. as the Wildcats will go back to work with the ground game, trailing 45-0 on the second down play.
Yeah, guys, there's a lot of
New jerseys, white. Yeah,
a lot of new players for both sides in there, and it's the right move.
As this is going to be a quick-moving second half of football, as the 35-point rule is in effect. Clock right now down to 1:38 remaining in the third quarter. And the Western Wayne Wildcats will go to work on second down and about 5 yards to go. And new quarterback in the lineup, and overthrows his intended receiver. And that was Benjamin Burkhart, the intended receiver. So Lakeland coming here to the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden and really making a statement, playing well right from the opening kickoff. And I mean, they have been sharp here tonight. One of their best efforts of the year.
Without a doubt, Steve. And I think Western Wayne has gone to a freshman quarterback. This would be Jake Coons, number 16, it looks like. And
he's 5'8", 140 pounds, running the offense now for the Wildcats with 35 seconds to play in the third quarter. And he will hand off the football, and they will just go up the middle. And making the tackle for the Lakeland Chiefs, Ian Conrad. He is a 5'11", 227-pound senior. Final 10 seconds will tick away here in Varden, and that will bring an end to third quarter action at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex, with Lakeland leading Western Wayne 45-0 here on Adams Cable High School Football.
You're ready for the big game, but how about your car? As you travel through downtown Carbondale, look for the classic yellow, blue, and red Sunoco sign. Drive in and fill up with the fuel of choice from Main Street Sunoco and get the finest performance from your car. At Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale, prompt, courteous service is always assured. Congratulations to our local athletes and coaches for their hard work and dedication from the staff and management of Main Street Sunoco in Carbondale.
Enjoy the feel of deep, rich luxury. Get the drama of radiant color and experience the timeless beauty, comfort, and durability of carpeting from Tom's Floor Shop in Childs. Tom's Floor Shop offers a large selection of hardwood, laminate, vinyl, ceramic tile, and carpeting on display in their showroom. Rely on Tom's Floor Shop for expert installation. All roads lead to where great floors begin at Tom's Floor Shop. Exit 6 off the Casey Highway in Childs. Back to the gridiron for more Adams Cable High School football.
"12 minutes remain in the regular season here in Varden as we kick off the fourth quarter of play with the Western Wayne Wildcats trailing Lakeland 45-0. And the Wildcats will run the football as they keep it on the ground, and they come to the near side of the field up across the 45-yard line. And getting the call for the Western Wayne Wildcats was Kobe Sauter, the 5'5", 150-pound freshman. He will have a bright future here at Western Wayne, as he has been having a great season for Don McDonough's Wildcats. Coming into this ball game, 100 carries, 412 yards, and a touchdown. Second down and 6 from the 48. Second team in there for the Western Wayne Wildcats. And this is Jake Coons running the football.
And you want to see, Steve, what your younger guys have under game conditions. So, this is what you do, obviously, when the game gets to this area. These guys have, played all year and practiced hard. You want to see what they can do. And same thing for Lakeland.
Senior night here at Western Wayne. And with 10:52 remaining in the fourth, Western Wayne will break the huddle and come to the line of scrimmage. We'll give Nick Holmick an opportunity to fire up the new technology.
I'm trying here, but I'll tell you what, that's like Fort Knox to get that that Delmore Riverside score.
Now there's another site you could go to.
I'm on it.
Oh, and you can't.
I'm on both.
You still can't get it.
I'm on both. I might as well just drive down there and get it. I'll tell you, North Pocono is just absolutely hammering Valley View 24-0.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a surprise. I would think that would be a close game, if anything.
On paper, again, it should be, but it's
right. But
on the field, it's not.
Yeah. Well, we saw North Pocono here on opening night, and they have a pretty good football team. And if you're peaking at the right time, you never know what could happen as Kobe Salter takes the football and hammers to the 29-yard line of the Chiefs.
Dallas, 4-yard touchdown run, 21-14 in the fourth quarter. Dallas is up.
How about that one?
Yeah.
And Lehman, in the rankings, AA rankings, they're getting some votes, in the statewide, and so you could be looking at an upset, obviously, down there.
Yeah,
Dunmore 17-14.
Dunmore
17-14.
That's a big ball game.
I'm giving updates up here to the Lakeland coaches.
I could tell. Yeah.
I'm pulling triple duty over here.
Yeah, giving updates to our fans here on Channel 7 and updates to the Lakeland coaches. I'll tell you, you're the master multitasker, Nick. You really are. 45-0.
Master disaster, my own.
45-0, folks. If you're just tuning in, Lakeland all over Western Wayne here tonight as we near the 9-minute mark remaining in this football game. Second teams are on the field for both Lakeland and Western Wayne.
Yeah, in that Dallas game, they scored with a 4-yard touchdown and had to go for 2 to make it a 7-point ball game.
Jake Coons will fire a pass on the near side, and pass goes over the head of his intended receiver, Cameron Gilgallen. Well, we have the chance, and would like to thank everyone at Adams Cable Service for all of their help this season. They are so great to work with, folks. They make this very easy. Wendy Hartman, General Manager of Adams Cable Service. Wendy, thank you very much for all of your support this year. Paul Smolina, Director of New Business Development. Paul, thank you very much. It's a pleasure working with you again. Kyle Cameron, the head-end technician. He has been fantastic this year, folks. Anything we needed, getting the video replays on, the audio, he's been right there. So Kyle, I cannot thank you enough for your efforts this season. And a big thanks to all of the people at the cable company who had a hand in getting the live audio on Channel 7 each and every Friday night. Thank you to Heather O'Connor, Lisa McCausland, Mark Peterson, Eric Spangenberg, and to Michelle Roop, to all of those great people at Adams Cable. Thank you very much for all of your help this football season. It certainly has been our pleasure. Third down and 11 yards to go for the Western Wayne second team unit from the Lakeland 30. Off the play fake, new guy in the lineup. Scott Walk is back in there, and they go with a pass, and it is complete. So how about that? Scott Walk back in the ball game, and he goes to Brandon Toot for a big pass play as Western Wayne is looking right here to avert the shutout.
Well, Steve, you weren't kidding. That clock does go quick when they, wow.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. It just keeps running. And this is going to be a very short fourth quarter of football, so the Wildcats want to take advantage of this field position, try to punch one in the end zone as they have a first down from the Lakeland 17-yard line. And Scott Walk will hand it off, and with the football, that is Joe Tomasetti for a 17-yard touchdown. And the Wildcats avert the shutout, and with 8 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, they now trail 45-6.
Now that's obvious. That's what was needed earlier. Again, like Nick was saying, and we were saying, they did move the ball a little bit, but again, just the key defensive play that Lakeland's defensive line came up with really, took them out of the game early, Steve.
And the touchdown by Western Wayne comes against the Lakeland second unit. Stevens on for the point after. Bit of a high snap, but Stevens, with good kicker, will split the uprights. And with 8 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the fourth, Lakeland 45, Western Wayne 7 on Adams Cable High School Football.
When your car does this. Call us first.
Every job is perfect or it doesn't leave the shop. That's the motto at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale. In an accident, remember, it is your car and your choice to choose your repair center. Call Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center in Carbondale, well known for integrity, safety, and craftsmanship. For more information concerning your rights and the 10 things you need to know before having your car repaired, go to their website, bestonsautobody.com. Good luck to all area teams from Tony, Mike, Jeff, and the staff at Beston's Auto Body and Collision Center, Gordon Avenue, Carbondale.
Big thank you to Beston's, Tony, Mike, Jeff, the great staff they have there. Guys, thank you very much for your support on high school football once again this season. Certainly has been our pleasure to have you on the broadcast. 45-7, Lakeland, your leader, with 8 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the kickoff by the Western Wayne Wildcats, and from the 10-yard line, this is Lakeland's Rob Bamba on the return, and Bamba looking for running room. He's in trouble and slammed to the turf.
Yeah, they just had their hands team out there anticipating an onside kick, so it's not your regular personnel. You're not your regular blocking scheme either. Go ahead, Steve.
Go ahead.
No, just a little update in the Dunmore game. Marty Myers has come to life on Twitter now. And
come to life.
I guess Nick Sotil had a 44-yard return and put the ball in Dunmore territory at 39 to start the fourth.
Wow, that's a dandy football game cooking in Dunmore. You never know.
Game of the week is not disappointing.
No, it isn't. You never know, though. That Riverside team is very good.
They got a lot of moxie, I'll tell you.
Yes, they have. We saw, and you have to watch out for the play calling by John Fox late in the ball game also. He could have a trick or two up his sleeve.
Is he a sly fox?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great one, Nick.
If Glenn was here, he would eat that up. Come on, Dave.
Well, Glenn saw some great comedy as a youngster up in the Catskills, and he'll talk about that over the winter. Glenn has seen the greats as a young guy working.
Henny Youngman and stuff?
Was Glenn doing comedy in the Catskills?
He could have.
He was doing stand-up in the Catskills. We'll have to talk about that during basketball season.
When he talks about that, no, it's fascinating. You know,
Yes.
that just like that movie Dirty Dancing, I got a better appreciation of it now, what that was like to work in those, hotels years and years ago.
Was Glenn from up there?
Glenn was from Simpson, but as a young guy, a lot of the Simpson people worked up in the Catskills. They'd commute up, and it must have. We were going to take a ride up there once to see what the hotels have become, but he will tell you that over the basketball season, what an experience as a young guy, how hard they work, 16, 18-hour days, 6 or 7 plates on your arm, serving dinners, at places like Kutcher's and those hotels and up in the Catskills.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that during basketball season. Nick, remind me to bring that up to him.
Steve, I'm going to assume he wasn't on the maintenance crew.
I don't think so.
There's an inside story to that, folks. We will leave it at that.
No, we'll leave it at that. We won't go there. 45-7. Lakeland, your leader, with flags all over the field, with 6:18 to play.
Delay a game. Like I guess Kutcher's, Grossinger's, it's incredible. I was reading an article about that. I think they might be all gone, and
it's probably something similar to the Pocono resorts, and a lot of them are no longer. If they are around, they're not in operation.
They're down in 14. Nick Perrano running the offense, wearing number 12, and they go on a toss play along the far side of the field. Nice run by Lakeland. They will not pick up the first down. They will face fourth down coming up. So we have under 6 minutes remaining in the football game, and the Chiefs leading this one 45-7. And we hope to have some updates for you before we leave the air on different games around the area. We are watching that. Watching the updates on the Dunmore Riverside game, and of course we'd like to know how the Chargers are doing as they answered back against Mid-Valley. So Lakeland on 4th down punts the football.
Steve, Eric Larson just tagged 28, our athletic director, Carbondale, 28-16 Mid-Valley, 4:32 in the 4th.
So the Chargers are within striking distance, but with that offense, the way they have struggled, that is going to be a difficult task.
And he's young, too. He's got a lot of guys back, Coach Gabriel. And tonight,
they'll have a good nucleus of players next year.
And for the Western Wayne, people, it's been overall a positive 2-year run where they've really got it back to, where they want to be going forward. And tonight was a little bit of surprise, Nick. I did not think we'd see this tonight.
I didn't think we'd
really
see
didn't.
It. Not to say that, it would have been a closer game, but I just didn't see a 45-7 score.
From the 38-yard line, they will go with the ground game. And coming to the near side across the 20-yard line, that is Kobe Salter with a nice run. And they will put the Western Wayne Wildcats in scoring position at the 10-yard line.
So what, do they stop it if it goes out of bounds?
No, they won't stop it. Not until they spot the football.
Oh, I see.
Once they spot the football, the clock will begin to run. And it's running right now as we are down to the 4:50 mark remaining in the 4th quarter. Jake Coons at the controls for the Western Wayne Wildcats. Wearing number 16, Coons will hand it off. Kobe Salter stacked up at the 10. A second effort gets him to the 8-yard line.
And for Western Wayne, Scott Walk is back. They do lose their, one of their most decorated defensive players in the history of the school, Brandon Toot. So you got your quarterback back, and there's some guys there that. He's very happy with his weight program. He was telling me, over the last few weeks. So, tonight was a tough one, but you got to go into the off-season program and you got to stay positive. So, for for Lakeland, Steve, now you're looking ahead to the playoffs and seeing who you're going to play. So you're into the second half of the next season, the playoff season. Survive and advance.
Coons will set them down on 2nd down, and on the 2nd down play, and a pass out to Benjamin Burkhart, the sophomore, and they have a touchdown, an 8-yard touchdown pass from Coons to Burkhart. And with 3:50 remaining, the Wildcats answer, and they now trail 45-13.
And if it is Dunmore, Nick, that was a game, the score said 33-14, but it was closer than that, correct?
From what I understand, it was. Lakeland was in the lead coming out of the locker room at half with I believe they put together a driver to return the opening kickoff, but they were ahead 14-13, and then, Dunmore just said enough is enough.
And that's an interesting matchup.
Yeah, rematches are tough. Here's a quick update. Dallas up 28-14, and that's in the 4th quarter. So it looks like Dunmore, if they can hold on here, could be the number 1 seed going in. Lakeland might pull Lake Lehman next week.
Stevens adds the extra point, and it's good. And with 3:50 remaining in the 4th, 45-14 your score. It is Lakeland leading Western Wayne, and we'll keep it right here for the timeout and thank all of our great sponsors. They make it happen, folks. All of these great people each and every year make high school football happen here on Channel 7. Big thank you to Tom's Floor Shop, Main Street in Childs, Beston's Body Shop and Collision Center, Buy Your Napa Auto Parts Store, Tonkin Auto Supply. Thanks to Lieber and Bonham, electrical contractors of Clark Summit, the White's Crossing Sports Shop, Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, by Nick's Excavating and Paving. Thank you, Nick, for your sponsorship this year. We appreciate it. Figlamini Drugstore of Carbondale. Of course, Mike Mancuso, who provided so much excitement for Charger fans when he played. NJS Systems and Controls, Route 6 Mayfield. A big thanks to Nick Cerniak and the great staff at NJS in Mayfield. Thank you. By your one-stop lumber and hardware center, the Waymart Building Center, and by Main Street Sunoco of Carbondale, and of course, the Roselle Department Store, providing your starting lineups for each and every game this season as Rob Bamba returns the football for Lakeland and takes it up across the 20-yard line. 3:35 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 45-14 Lakeland.
Eric Furco, 6 carries, 162 yards, 27 yards average. Yeah, what a night he had.
How about Lakeland as a team running the football here in this first half? We'll give you an opportunity to
well over 200 yards. They did what he wanted to do tonight, and he's going to come out of here with a win.
And the game plan worked well as Lakeland goes with the ground game, and Tyler Bilotis, the junior, takes the football along the far side of the field. So, Nick, it's been a great season of high school football here on 7. We had a lot of fun. We opened it, ironically, we opened up here, and we will conclude our broadcast season here in Varden.
It comes full circle, doesn't it?
Yes.
That's
really great, though. We had a good year.
They've been playing this game now for a good 5 or 6 years. Lakeland and Western Wayne has ended the season. It'd be interesting to see if this is the way it stays next year with the new realignments and everything.
Yeah, how will that work? Do you have any idea how it might work? No idea.
You know, classifications and things like that. I'm going to venture to say we might be seeing some new teams on the broadcast.
Well, I certainly hope the rivalries stay intact. We hope.
I hope, but I can't, there's nothing etched in stone yet. I'm going to say that Carbondale-Lakeland might be resurrected.
Right.
Because they're similar in enrollments and size.
This game right here is,
and we could also bring back
teams.
Western Wayne and Carbondale, too, which has been on hiatus for quite some time.
Right, that would be a great matchup.
Those have always been good games
They
over the
always
years.
were, yeah. Oh, here was it. Lakeland with
Tyler Bilotis. He's going to break it.
And he will go all the way.
70 yards.
For a 70-yard touchdown.
Let me say something quick about Tyler Bilotis here. We saw him do that in the game we did against Nanticoke and Lakeland, and he played his way into the starting lineup. Now, maybe not as a running back, but he played his way as a flanker, and with the first-team offense by runs like that.
And it's 51-14, the Chiefs. So big plays by Lakeland here tonight results in a big score, 51-14 with $1:49 on the clock.
Quick update on that Dunmore game. Dunmore in control now, 24-14.
So fourth quarter, I presume.
Fourth quarter, seems to be.
So, Nick, you could see Lakeland going down to Lake Lehman.
Lake Lehman, which they've played there before in the past few years. That black turf is intimidating, but, we'll see.
Wesley Strong tacks on the extra point for the Chiefs.
The Citizens' Voice is on Twitter saying, this is, they call that game the old shoe game.
Okay.
And they said this holds up. This is going to be one of the biggest upsets ever in the history of the old shoe game. So.
Well, that's like a Pitt, Penn State, or a Michigan, Ohio State. You call that early. I did not think, and I did not think Lehman would lose that game.
A lot of people did.
Jeff Wasilchak, we were talking, did not think so, right?
And that's not the way, we talk about teams peaking and getting on a hot streak going into the playoffs. That's not what you want to be doing.
And again, that reminiscent of the Teddy Jackson days, Dallas was always a powerhouse.
He always had that team ready to play. He had a lot of opponents of the way he used to coach and stuff, but hold on one second, guys. I got to get an update here.
Okay, 1:49 remaining here in the fourth, 52-14, Lakeland. And it's been all big plays by the Chiefs here tonight. And Eric Furco had an outstanding football game. The defense played phenomenal here tonight. So many different people had big games for Lakeland. But how about the play of Kevin Johnson?
All over the field. He was like
field.
JJ from the Houston Texans. JJ White. I mean, he was all over. Really took them out of the game early.
Garth Eastat, Joe Pigeon.
Yeah.
Really, the defensive line of Lakeland all the way across the line. Wayman, Bednash, Sermonero, Johnson. Offensively, Eddie Cavalier, Dylan Reeves and company. What a performance by Lakeland here tonight in Varden. And here's the kickoff by Lakeland as Strong will do the honors. And a little toss.
Oh, look at
back.
this.
And how about this?
Somebody want to tackle that big boy.
Yeah, this is on the return for the Western Wayne Wildcats. We have it, Jahi Sterling. Number 78. He's 5'8" and 290 pounds.
And he had a head of steam, too.
He moved pretty good there.
Yes,
he did. He threw a couple spin moves in.
Yeah.
He looked like hanging there at Hayward out there.
How about that? You have to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
And, you know,
that's what football is all about, and it's
He's
good
a
to see
senior.
that.
He's a senior. He's been here.
Really good to see that. 125 remaining in the regular season finale here in Varden. As Western Wayne will come to the line of scrimmage from their own 38-yard line, and we have flags on the play.
delay a game. I can't believe they're calling
They
that.
calling that now. Oh, man.
My final rant to the officials this year, I guess. But no,
You had to
that's unnecessary.
Had to get one more in, right, Nick?
And, you know, nobody's pressing to get that play off. I know you got to call it the same way as you do in the first quarter, but
That will move the football back to the 33-yard line.
well, that Dallas game is a final.
Wow.
So we are pretty much etched in stone. Looks like Lakeland's taking a road trip down to Lake Lehman on next Friday night. And
So he'll be getting that film. He'll be have to scramble to get some Lehman film. And
Yep, it looks like Northwest will be traveling up to Dunmore.
And the handoff will go to Burkhart. Benjamin Burkhart, 5'7", 165-pound sophomore. And with 35 seconds remaining in the football game,
And
spot of the football will be at the 40.
Could be the final play of the game. The Valley View North Pocono game is a final. North Pocono wins that 24-0. So I think Valley View's going to need a lot of help.
That is surprising.
That is a shocker. Prep won handily tonight, so that's their #1 seed in AAA.
And the final play of the ball game will be a running play, and that will do it. As the Lakeland Chiefs are victorious today over the Western Wayne Wildcats by the score of 52-14. An outstanding performance by Lakeland as they hit on all cylinders offensively and defensively. Eric Furco with a big night. Lakeland overall improves their record to 7 wins and 3 losses. They are 3-2. They finish up at 3-2 in Division II. For the Western Wayne Wildcats overall, they end up at 4 wins and 6 losses and 2 wins and 3 losses in Division II. So Nick, Lakeland looked very sharp here tonight as they advance to the District 2 playoffs. And if you're going into the District 2 playoffs, this is the way you wanted to go in, with a lot of momentum.
Well, I got news for you. They're building a perfect storm right now. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders, mistake-free game, and you're getting a team now coming off of a hard luck loss to a rival down at their home stadium that Friday night. You know, good luck to Lakeland, and let's see if they can, keep this ball rolling. And to Western Wayne, your next season starts tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting to see. We'll see what happens.
And Lake Lehman better not take Lakeland if that's who they're playing. They better not take Lakeland lightly, or they could be home real early.
I know Lake Lehman's got a lot of weapons on the offense and really, put a hurting on a lot of teams early in the year. But these past couple of weeks, they really haven't been doing too good of a job. And obviously tonight has shown that.
So, the regular season has come to an end here in 2015 at the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex as Lakeland is victorious by the score of 52-14. Dave Serra is working right now to try to get a final on that Carbondale game. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to have that before we leave the air. But, Nick, before we go, I'd just like to say I had a lot of fun broadcasting the games this year with you, Glenn, Dave. Been a real blast, and looking forward to basketball.
Oh, absolutely. And hopefully Dave can join us for a few basketball games, even if it's just in passing.
Sure.
Carbondale went final, Nick. Carbondale went final.
Yeah,
Mid-Valley 28-16.
Yeah. But hopefully Dave will join us there for a couple of cameos at the.
Well, you're in our building. We'll be there.
Petronas Gym. I mean, it's always nice to have a couple of guests on, and I don't do any broadcasting. That's probably a good thing.
No, Nick, when Glenn is not in attendance.
Yeah, well, I'm not a basket.
A lot of times, Glenn will miss a basketball game here or there. We'll ring him up on the phone, and we'll
run down the hall if you need me, Steve.
Yes, sir. That will be a lot of fun. So, Dave, great job on the broadcast.
Steve. Pleasure to help you.
As we end the regular season with Lakeland winning over Western Wayne by the score of 52-14. Thank you for joining us all season for Adams Cable Channel 7 High School Football, and we'll see you again coming up for the upcoming basketball season here on Adams Cable Channel 7. Till next time, so long from the Sharkey Rossetti Sports Complex in Varden.
This Adams Cable Sports presentation of high school football between the Lakeland Chiefs and the Western Wayne Wildcats was brought to you by Adams Cable Service, Tom's Floor Shop, Main Street Childs, Beston's Body Shop and Collision Center, Bayer Napa Auto Parts Store, Tonkin Auto Supply, Lieber and Bonham Electrical Contractors, Clark Summit, White's Crossing Sports Shop, Lawrence A. Gabriel Funeral Home and Cremation Services Incorporated, with locations at 74 North Main Street and 2 Hospital Street. Nick's Excavating and Paving. Big Lamini Drugstore, Carbondale, locally owned and trusted since 1929. NJS Systems and Controls, Route 6 Mayfield. By your one-stop lumber and hardware center, the Waymart Building Center. Main Street Sunoco. The starting lineups for today's game are presented by Roselle Department Store, Carbondale. Thank you for making this another great season of high school football. And we'll see you for the upcoming 2016 high school basketball season here on Adams Cable Channel 7.